older fans would tell you, just because you have a new team, it never takes away from the initial pain.
Yeah, I know there were a lot of hurt feelings, and understandably so in Baltimore, but it's something in Indianapolis that we can deal with it. We can handle that knowing we're a part of the National Football League.
I'm not paid to make those decisions.
I would think this should be #1, absolutely.
I would put that up there.
They belong at #1.
So then the Colts lost. So then Baltimore lost a team to Indianapolis and then stole the team from Cleveland. It's like someone cheated on you, and then after you got you stole someone else's wife. Like, it's just, the whole thing is weird, right?
Just as every NFL career will eventually come to an end,
you know that these guys can't play forever, Tom Brady.
So too must our show.
No one called me to consult on that decision.
But what did we learn from our bitter endings?
You can never leave too early. You can always stay too long.
So before we overstay our welcome,
It's time to go, baby. Bye-bye.
we're going to get going.
That is the best way to go.
It's over? I don't know.
We are going to have fun tonight. Can the 0-2 Memphis Express get on track this evening? It's a tall task here in Orlando, where the Express might be facing the best team in the Alliance, the 2-0 Apollos. It is week number 3 of the Alliance, and we are here at Spectrum Stadium for a battle of a very good offense in one corner, the home team, and a very good defense in the other corner, the road team. That is Steve Mariucci. I'm Andrew Siciliano. Jason Zone Fisher joins us shortly down on the field. Mooch, this is going to be fun tonight because you have Steve Spurrier here, the head ball coach, coaching once again in Florida, and shockingly, once again, they're scoring points.
Well, Andrew, and how about Steve Spurrier, the head ball coach? He's 73 years old, still calling the plays, and he's shooting the ball down the field with Garrett Gilbert, his quarterback. He threw for 393 yards last week against San Antonio to Charles Johnson, 7 catches for 192. And this guy, Jalen Marshall, with 3 catches, 84 yards, and they're the leading scoring team in the league.
They are at 77 points in those 2 games. Not surprisingly, Mike Singletary's team built on defense. However, the Express, Mooch, is having some issues with the offense.
Well, it's always about the quarterback. Christian Hackenberger hasn't gotten the passing game going yet. It has to come alive tonight. He gets frustrated, it seems. But the one thing that they do well is run the football. He gets frustrated, it's tied to the lead in rushing in this league with 149 of his yards coming after contact. And if a team takes the personality on of their coach, well, this is it, because this is a smash-mouth football team in Memphis.
And they're going to have to run the ball and really control the clock, you would have to think today, to slow down this Orlando team. And don't be surprised if we see some of Zach Mettenberger, maybe even early, as Hackenberg has really struggled to stretch the field so far through 2 games for Memphis. Now, one big change so far, if you haven't yet watched the Alliance, welcome, by the way, to week 3. No kickoffs. We place the ball on the 25-yard line in lieu of a kickoff, and placing the ball this evening is Colonel Danny McKnight, who is a former Army Ranger, highly decorated after 28.5 years. We'll get to that coming up in a second. Let's, however, get down to the field with, as mentioned, Jason Fisher moments ago with Steve Spurrier.
Coach, you're 2-0 to start the season, despite the fact that you've had slow starts and played from behind in each of your first 2 games. What do you need to do to start stronger here tonight?
Well, hopefully we'll start a little faster, but if we don't, we just hope to play better than the other guys in the long run.
And today you're taking on the #1 rusher in the league, and Zach Stacy. How do you slow him down?
Yeah, we think they're going to attempt to try to run. So hopefully we can get a bunch of guys up there and stop the run and get them off the field. We had trouble getting San Antonio off the field the first half. Second half we did much better.
All right, well, good luck tonight, Coach.
Orlando has been a slow-starting team through a couple of weeks. Let's see if they get out of the gates a little bit quicker tonight. As mentioned, Danny McKnight retired in January of 2002. Nearly 29 years as a highly decorated U.S. Army Ranger. Commanded troops in battle that were portrayed in the great film Black Hawk Down. We thank Colonel Danny McKnight for his service as he puts the ball on the 25-yard line, and we get things started with Garrett Gilbert, who we talked about earlier, the former draft pick of the then St. Louis Rams, who actually played Week 17, Mooch, for the Carolina Panthers.
Well, he spent most of his NFL career on practice squads, and you know what? He's getting a great experience playing right now. They're game planning for him, and boy, do they play wide open. I love their shots down the field. He's taking charge of this football team. I love it.
His number 1 target, keep an eye on number 12. He's at the top of your screen. That is Charles Johnson, the former Viking. He was, for the most part last week, uncoverable. And Dearness Johnson from South Florida, who helped finish the game last week, gets the call at running back, and he gets 8 yards over the left side. And on the very first play of the game, we have a flag. Jeff Heiser is our referee tonight, an ACC official, also part of the NFL's developmental program.
Face mask, defense, number 25, 15-yard penalty, first down.
They're going to get Arnold Tarpley, the third, the Vanderbilt safety, with a personal foul here to start the game.
Well, they don't need that. This is a high-flying offense. They don't need much help because they score 38.5 points a game, and boy, do they stay wide open. I want to see how they try to stay balanced a little bit tonight.
Really enjoyed meeting with Garrett Gilbert yesterday. As mentioned before, he got on the field week 17 and actually was backing up Kyle Allen there for the Panthers as they played the Saints. And now he's getting a shot to prove that he deserves another look as he hits Charles Johnson right out of the gate, across the 30. They could not cover him a week ago. He had 192 yards, and he takes it into Memphis territory to start things off, a gain of 25.
Well, they put him in the slot, and you're talking about play action to squat the linebackers down, and he hits it right in between the two safeties for a big gainer. Charles Johnson, watch him today. He had 7 catches for 192 last week.
7th round pick of the Packers back in 2013, and he is the leading receiver in this league through a couple of weeks. It gets him to the 27-yard line. Dearness Johnson, play fake, Gilbert, all kinds of time to throw, and it's complete to Rennell Hall, another former NFL wide receiver. He's inside the 10, he's inside the 5, and Orlando is marching down the field early.
It's a talented group of wide receivers with Johnson, Marshall, and Hall now, and I got a feeling they're just going to come out and slinging it until somebody can slow them down.
As mentioned, the Memphis defense really did play well last week against a high-powered Arizona team, kept them in check for 3.5 quarters, and then just eventually ran out of gas. Pitch. Dearness Johnson puts his foot in the ground and gets it into the end zone. There is a flag, however, and it came out early from the back pylon. Spurrier's going back to his play sheet already.
Decline, reason play, touchdown.
Dearness Johnson puts our first points on the board at 6-0. And here in the Alliance, no extra points. You have to go for 2.
Well, the highest scoring team scores against 11 on defense, 12 on defense. It doesn't seem to matter. This team is explosive.
3 to the left, including former Jet wide receiver Jalen Smith. Gilbert, pressured. Gilbert twisted down, and that sack is going to be from Anthony Johnson. Officially, it is a failed conversion. 6 points on the board early. Orlando on top of Memphis. It's week 3, just getting underway here in Orlando. Back after this message from the Navy Federal Credit Union.
I've been a soldier for 3 years. I've scaled the toughest terrain and faced plenty of my fears as part of my training. And for the past 2 years, I've been a Navy Federal member. So even out here, I can pay securely with mobile pay, linked to my free checking account.
I don't know about this. It's...
What did she say?
She said, I don't know about that.
I couldn't hear my helmet.
No, your ears are completely exposed.
Yeah,
Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Steve Mariucci, to catch my breath, a 4-play, 75-yard drive here to start it off for Orlando in the end zone. Conversion fails, 6-0. And our first look today, the Memphis offense and Christian Hackenberg.
Yeah, well, that didn't take long. And here comes Hackenberg, and he's trying to get something started fast because this team has had their problems.
He's going to give to Zach Stacy, who has not had many issues, and Stacy's going to get 4 yards up the middle to start this game. Stacy, the leading rusher coming into the week with 159 yards, leading the Alliance as we head into week number 3. They have, however, as we see the offensive line, had issues up front. Anthony Morris, most notably at left tackle. There's a change at right tackle as well today, and a change at wide receiver as Horn and Pig Howard are among the starters. Commanders as David Lee, the offensive coordinator, and Mike Singletary shaking things up. Play fake. Let's see if Hackenberg can stretch the field. He takes a shot, and it's picked off just like that. It's Keith Reeser with the interception. He had a pick six last week to seal the game, and he takes it away from Hackenberg the first time he puts it in the air tonight.
We haven't seen a lot of shots down the field by Christian Hackenberg, and this is not what you want to see. This was covered. You probably should have checked it down or took off with the ball. This is not a good decision right here.
Well, Mooch, if we know they're going to take shots, you'd have to think that Bob Sanders, the Orlando DC, knows they're going to take shots, and they were waiting for it.
Yeah, it's not how you want to start a game. Getting another short field here.
Memphis, on the flip side of things, actually benefited from the short field early in the first quarter last week to take that lead against Arizona, but could not hang on. So sudden change now, and Orlando back on the field after only 2 plays to rest. Gilbert, Charles Johnson, his second catch of the day. A couple of dance moves there, and Charles Johnson picks up nearly 10. Drew Jackson, the Western Kentucky linebacker, with the tackle. Mooch. Some keys. Keys of the game.
Keys to the game right
Brought
here.
to you by Home. Mooch at Home, the home decor superstore.
Yeah, they got to throw the ball down the field. They haven't been doing much of that and protect Christian Hackenberger. He's been under duress most of the time, but your Orlando team stop the run and run the football. They got to be balanced. They throw the ball, but let's run and be balanced.
Quarterback's mic'd up. Gilbert hands it off. On 2nd and 1, they'll take it the easy way. And it's Dearness Johnson, who came off the bench as the third back last week, getting the start here tonight. If you look at the starting lineups, they love Andrew Tiller here, the former Syracuse guard. Have a couple of NFL guards up front. Johnson, Marshall, and Rennell Hall, all having time in the NFL as gifted a group of wide receivers, as you will see in the Alliance. So we have the coaches mic'd, the quarterbacks mic'd.
Green 10, green 10. Set up. No.
Taking you right inside the huddle as Orndorff is the man downfield, the former Pitt tight end. And Garrett Gilbert has thrown 2 strikes downfield to put him in the red zone.
And what I like about this play call and design, it was a play action pass to the running back. It squatted the linebackers, gave some room for this throw over the middle. Big play.
Second catch of the season for Scott Orndorff, the former Pitt tight end. 13 career touchdowns for the Panthers. Never really stuck in the National Football League. Waiting for him to bust out. Maybe this is his chance, as it is for so many guys so far in the Alliance. And after only 2 plays, check it 3. Orlando's back in the red zone. Orndorff again. Inside the 10 and another first down. Mooch, they're making this look easy.
They really are, and they're mixing up personnel groups. You got 3 receivers, 2 receivers. You got 2 backs, 1 back, and they're very efficient right now.
Our Sky Cam tonight, which is one of my favorite things about the Alliance, brought to you by Wheels Up, as we're taking you inside that huddle. You see Jalen Marshall there, Dearness Johnson from South Florida, Rennell Hall, number 16. And you see Garrett Gilbert's perspective as he brings his team to the line. Now a 1st and goal on the 5. And a timeout.
First George timeout. Memphis. 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout, which I think just to catch their breath.
They are, and we're seeing a lot of different personnel groups on offense, so the defense is trying to match with them and causing some confusion here. And right now, boy, Steve Spurrier's team is having their way.
Well, if you're Mike Singletary, if you're Dennis Thurman, his defensive coordinator, former Bills, former Jets DC, what can you do? Your defense looked good last week.
Yeah, they did, but they didn't see this offense. So, you know, they're going to have to tighten this up. Make them, you got to force a field goal somehow here. Can't let them in the end zone for 2 drives in a row.
And 2 drives in which your defense is running all over the field chasing guys. As we see the starting lineup there for Mike Singletary. Strength of this team, really, you'd have to think of the secondary. Channing Stribling, number 30, the former Michigan corner, has played well. As Christian Hackenberg, 0 for 1 with a pick, watches on, waiting for another shot.
Yeah. Hey, easy. Buffalo Louie. Buffalo Louie. Green 10, green 10.
I'm going to guess they're running left.
Number 22.
I mean, I don't get that much credit, Mooch. I heard Louie. Louie usually means left.
Well, they did left, and you know what? was a good snap on defense. They finally held them to no gain. Very important that they come out of this with just a field goal attempt. They can't let them score in the end zone and get down 2 touchdowns.
Orlando has had trouble running the football through 2 games. Maybe no shocker here, but they were able to run the ball late in the 4th quarter last week to put it away. You have a new quarterback in there. Kevin Anderson, number 4, checks in. We've seen him run some option. He's appeared in both games, had a 4-yard carry week 1. Let's see what Kevin Anderson does out of Fordham. And he is going to run. Looks like he wants to throw, and he's chased out of bounds and drilled on the sideline. Kevin Anderson taken down by Davis Toll out of Chattanooga.
Well, we know Steve Spurrier loves some gadget plays and some trick plays, and he's not afraid to change quarterbacks and do whatever it takes. So we're now 3rd and goal here. We'll see what they do. They shoot it in the end zone.
Take a listen to the head ball coach.
Yeah. Oh, it's no good. Throw it away.
Saw them practice that during the walkthrough yesterday. Talk about the Memphis defense catching their breath. We're catching our breath here as well. 35-second play clock is down inside of 5. 3 on the line. They put 4 receivers left. Gilbert throws to Hall. He had everything set up there, but nothing doing. It's Charles James, the former star of Hard Knocks, is there for the tackle.
Well, that was a good defensive stop by this inside the 10-yard line. Forced the field goal right here because, boy, let's look at the replay here. This was well defended. These last 3 plays are really well done on defense.
Remember Charles James from Hard Knocks, the Texans edition, 2015. Now Elliott Fry is out, 2 for 2 so far this season, as long as 47. Played for Steve Spurrier at South Carolina. This will be a 26-yard field goal try. And a flag and a whistle.
Prior to the snap, ball start, offense, number 66, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So let's make it a 31-yard field goal try as Aaron Evans jumped.
All right, guys, let's move on the snap.
Is that your rule?
Yeah, you see the ball snapped and then you block, right? It's that simple.
It's one to grow on, Mooch.
Yeah.
Midway through the 1st quarter here, Steve Mariucci, I'm Andrew Siciliano, Jason Fisher on the sideline. He'll join us shortly as well. Orlando got a touchdown on a 4-play drive to open up the game. An interception of Christian Hackenberg, but the Memphis defense eventually forced this. Elliott Fry, 31-yard field goal. Could be worse. 9-0. The Steve Spurrier-led Orlando Apollos over the Memphis Express. We'll be right back after this from AT&T.
Have you ever worked with Dr. Francis?
Oh, yeah. He's okay.
Just okay?
Guess who just got reinstated?
Well, not officially. Nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
I'll see you in there.
Just okay is not okay, especially when it comes to your network. AT&T is America's best wireless network according to America's biggest test. Now with 5G Evolution, the first step to 5G. More for your thing. That's our thing.
9-0 here early. Orlando over Memphis as we watch week 3 of the Alliance. Christian Hackenberg coming out for a second drive, the first drive. 1 pass, 1 interception by Keith Reeser, who is the defensive player of the week in the Alliance. Number 29, if you're scoring it over the top of your screen here. See if Hackenberg can get something going the second time around. He is not wearing a microphone tonight, if you're wondering. He's got to hand it to Zach Stacy over the left side for about 3-4 yards. Hackenberg said he didn't want to wear that microphone. Josh Banks with the tackle. Mooch, what do you think of Hackenberg's keys tonight?
Well, these 6 things here. Obviously, protect the football for every quarterback, making good decisions in the passing game. Your reads, your progression, footwork, your RPOs, your run-pass options, and they'll run a few of these. And then we got to check the play clock. Don't need any delay of games. Clean it up a little bit. They'll be more efficient.
The play clock very fast. 35. David Lee's down to the sideline, right side of the offensive line. Moved early. And look, a big thing for any quarterback, whether you're a second-round pick.
Ball start, offense, number 71, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Or a street free agent. Mooch is getting everyone lined up.
Yeah, these self-inflicted wounds, you know, you got to just make sure that you're good at the ball. He's early.
Christian Morris, who was placed at right tackle tonight for this Memphis team with Toby Weathersby, who got dinged late last week in the fourth quarter, inactive. So Morris has to go to the right side. He was backing up at left tackle a week ago. Right, Christian Hackenberg, let's get something going here. 24-yard line. They need the 35. There's a nice pitch and catch, and Zach Stacy, the former Ram, who has been a hard man to bring down, puts his head down and gets to the 30. Quick look at the Orlando defensive lineups. They're playing a 3-4 with Banks, we mentioned earlier, and Orr and Isaiah Burks. The strength of this unit, though, really the linebackers and an NFL secondary. A lot of those names, guys you have already seen on Sundays. 3rd and 5. Mooch, got to give your defense some time to breathe. Hackenberg checks it down. Pig Howard hit hard at the 30 and goes backwards. It's the linebacker, Reggie Northrup, and it's 4th down.
And this is the criticism for this offense that hasn't been able to throw the ball down the field with any efficiency whatsoever. Let's take a look at the replay here. They're playing it soft. They're making him check it down.
4th and 7.
Come up and make a tackle. That's good defense, good team defense.
As we said, the big thing, talking to Memphis people, just watching the tape, as Brad Wing is out to punt, the former Giants punter. Back to return, Dearness Johnson, starting tailback. Big thing for this Memphis team is just moving the chains, try to give your defense a rest. We have a flag of the play as Johnson brings it back across the 35-yard line. Tarpley there to bring it down.
You don't normally see your starting tailback returning punts.
Only the starting tailback, though, this week.
During the return. Illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 8. 10-yard penalty. 1st down. Timeout.
And we'll step aside to grab some water. This game's moving fast. 9-0 here. Orlando. We're back after this from Sony Pictures and Wheels Up.
You really want this place, don't you?
You do.
This house is yours now.
He's such a sweetheart. Charlie is outside cutting the grass. That should be gone by now.
Something is really off with that guy.
Honey, he's lonely.
You know, Charlie's wife died in that house.
You think that's blood?
You want some company? This guy is dangerous. I haven't lost everything. I have a chance to get it all back.
The Intruder, rated PG-13, May 3rd.
Tom Brady is not in the building, but Garrett Gilbert certainly has started off well. 6 for 6, 99 yards and 2 scoring drives, one ending in a Dearness Johnson touchdown, the other with a field goal from Elliott Fry. Now, the 3rd drive for this prolific Orlando offense is going to begin inside its own 20 on the 18-yard line. They're going to set up a screen, and Johnson cannot hang on, and he had all kinds of room.
He had all kinds of room. There was a blitz there. And he saw it coming. He dropped it over the top. The pass was a little bit shorter. That thing would have been still running.
Perfect play call. Had it there. Had it blocked up. First incomplete pass of the game for Garrett Gilbert, the leading passer so far in the Alliance. 6th round pick of the Rams when they were in St. Louis in 2014. Actually has a Super Bowl. Was on the Patriots practice squad for that Super Bowl 49 team. Because he has it in a drawer somewhere at home. 2nd down. Gilbert all behind the time to throw. And he goes over the head of Charles Johnson, covered by the best cover corner on this team, 30, Channing Stripley.
And you mentioned that he was on practice squad. He was on 5 different practice squads. And you get to run the scout team, okay? That's not action like this, where you practice every day with the ones and you get game action like he's getting right now. And given his chance, he's really done well.
And listen, Gilbert could have signed a futures deal and be sitting at home right now, waiting for a job with the Panthers or whomever come training camp. He wanted to come here
Green 10,
and prove that he can play. every week. And on third down, Gilbert goes over the head of his tight end, and it's going to be the punt team out for the first time. Matt Weiser, the intended receiver.
Okay, that's good defensive stop. Now by Memphis, you know, he forced a errant throw right there. There was good tight coverage on all of those plays. They had a chance on the first play. That would have been big if it was a caught on that blitz. But we're going to get the first punt.
And on the punt is Ben Turk, who I spoke to on the field before the game. Said that he is the best story in the Alliance. Mooch, the best story. Said he was working in finance for 5 years. Said, do a show on me. Back to return, Reese Horn. Horn, a dangerous punt returner, has room over the right side. Reese Horn sets up his blockers well. He is still on his feet, and he's across the 45 to the 46-yard line. So a nice return there. And Ben Turk, as we look at the punter for Orlando, Mooch, is really what this league is about. Some people call it a developmental league. It's also a second chance league. It's a chance for Turk, and it's a chance as well for Reese Horn, Mooch, who played in Austria last year, and before that was in Italy playing football.
Well, the pregame meals were probably pretty good over there in Italy, right? But you know what? This guy's a talented receiver. He's a possession-type receiver. But when you can catch punts, that's added value to your football teams. Andrew, I'd love to play in Italy, too.
Reese Horn played for the Milano Seamen, men who go out at sea, and the the Vienna Vikings in the Austrian League.
Second charge, timeout.
That's a Memphis. No, Orlando's.
30-second timeout.
I'm going to call that timeout. We'll make it a 30-second timeout. Really enjoyed hearing some of the stories, not only about guys like Reese Horn, but you know, talking to Steve Spurrier as well. Took a couple of years off, Mooch,
This is your first charge timeout.
and got the itch. They called up, the Alliance called up and said, you want to coach? And said, yeah, let's do this. And he's really having fun.
He's 73 years old, Andrew, and he's been all over the place, mostly in college. I coached against him in the USFL and in the NFL, but he's just good for this league. He's good for this team. He still calls the plays. He's always done that. Very creative mind. I love what he does on offense.
So with the USFL, he was coaching the Tampa Bay Bandits. You were with?
The Orlando Renegades.
And Lee Corso.
Absolutely. Lee Corso was the head coach.
The Renegades and the Bandits get together. Mooch, you throw out the records, don't you?
Ball start, offense, number 70, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Robert Myers, the left guard, former 5th-round pick of the Ravens, has a Super Bowl ring with the Broncos, Super Bowl 50.
Andrew, this is a pretty darn good offensive line. They've got 4 guys that have been drafted in the National Football League, and they want to get after you. They're probably better at run blocking than they have been in the passing game.
The strength of that O-line up the middle with Myers, with Demetrius Rainey, the former Rams 7th-round pick, and with Dallas Thomas, the former 3rd-round pick of the Dolphins, going left to right here. They fake the end around, they fake the jet sweep, they give it to Stacy, and nothing going there as Andrew Unkra brought him down.
That's a good defensive snap because I thought they were going to have the jet sweep going. They had a chance.
Sorry, Jason Fisher down to the field.
I'm down on the Orlando bench, and defensive coordinator Bob Sanders yelling at his defense, you know they're going to run the ball. They can't beat you on the outside. Be ready for it. They're clearly running it.
They have to run it. Have to control the clock. Have to keep this offense on the field that's already scored twice. 2nd and 17. Hackenberg with the pressure coming. Throws it to the outside of his tight end, Brandon Barnes. 3rd catch of the season. Marquez White, the former Florida State corner, up for the tackle. It's 3rd and long.
And that's what we've been seeing from this offense all season. Now there's nothing deep. Part of that is protection. Part of that is just not being able to see an open receiver on occasion, but they check it down very often. He's trying to play it close to the vest without turning it over. They turned it over early at 2nd drive. You're trying to stay away from that again.
Hackenberg had a 10-yard, a 14-yard, and a 15-yard completion last week. But a lot of those were catch and runs. His longest completion of the season is 17. Needs 13 here. Throws to the boundary, and he has it. It's caught. It's a first down by Devin Lucien, who plays pinball and keeps this drive alive, gets it into Orlando territory.
That was a big-time throw by Hackenberg. You're going to see the corners on the edge, and he had to throw that in there with velocity. Step into your throw and shoot it there before the corner can get there. That's a heck of a catch and throw.
Reeser got over there late. He was on the sideline, gave Lucien a big stick. Then Lucien hung on. 7th round pick of the Patriots in 2016, his first catch of the season. And after getting that first down, Zach Stacy, nice little stutter step, turns it upfield and gets around 6 to the 35.
Yeah, this is one of the best players in the league, Zach Stacy. Now, he retired for a little bit, and he says, you know what, I miss it. I'm healthy now. I want to start running with the football, and boy, has he been dynamite.
He's an interesting story. Steve Mariucci had a really good rookie season for the Rams.
Yeah.
Decent second season. They drafted Todd Gurley.
Yep.
As Stacy goes to the sideline, Terrence McGee checks in 43. Drafted Todd Gurley, said trade, went to the Jets, had a bad broken ankle. Doctors told Zach Stacy to quit. They said, you can't play. He did, and then after 2 years of rehab, he is back. Hackenberg takes a shot down the sideline, wants Horn, incomplete inside the 5 with White on the coverage.
It's an incomplete pass, but I like that. Throw the ball down the field. They haven't been doing much of that at all. Once in a while, you got to catch the 50-50 throw, and it's tight cover. That's really good coverage, but you got to soften up the defense once in a while and take a shot. They just did that.
Got to tell that defense you are willing to take that shot. Complete to Lucien on 3rd and 13 earlier, now 3rd and 4. Horn, who Hackenberg really went out of his way to praise this week, is split right, bottom of your screen, with McGee in the backfield. It's Horn, and he can't hang on, but there's the flag. White right behind him. Did he turn him?
Holding. Defense, number 27. That is automatic first down.
They'll take it.
And I like the play call. You got a little drag slant, dragging the flat slant right there. And yeah, there's a tug on the jersey. No doubt about it. That's a penalty. I like the call. First down. Here we go.
Memphis has really, if you look at the film, look at the tendencies, they love that slant on 2nd and 3rd and short. That time they couldn't hit it, but they drew the penalty.
Second challenge timeout. Memphis, 30 seconds.
Hackenberg goes to the sideline. Was really frustrated last week. Hey, while we have this timeout, don't forget to go to AAF.com. You can get live box scores. You can get stats. You can get leaders. And so much more. It's AAF.com, the only way to follow the league up close. Where I was going, sitting on the plane, getting ready for this game, coming in from NFL Network in Los Angeles. Really excited here, Mooch, to be part of this alliance and see where this goes.
Yeah, this is spectacular. You're talking about over 80% of these guys already have played in the National Football League, and for whatever the reason, they're getting another shot to show what they've got.
Including Gerard Shepard, who's into the game, wide receiver, 82. It's first down. They are on the 30. Under 2 minutes to go now here in the first quarter. Stacy, nowhere to go. Hit hard by 52, the linebacker, Reggie Northup. Hey, what about Reeser, who had the pick earlier, Jason?
Keith Reeser just went down into the medical tent. He took a knee and was really wobbly. They were looking at him to see if that's concussion-like symptoms. Not quite sure, but I'll keep you posted on what's going on with Reeser.
All right, thank you, Jason. Keith Reeser, who is the reigning defensive player of the week in the AFL, had a pick 6 to seal that victory last week, replaced by Mark Myers, number 23. Loss of 1 there on that first down carry. As Hackenberg again goes to the flat. But listen, even if it's 4 or 5 yards at a time, that time it's Brandon Barnes. Again, they will take it, Mooch, if they can keep this Orlando off the field. And if you can give Hackenberg some confidence, I think, too.
Give him some confidence. Give him some time to throw. He did throw it early in the flat, but he made it 3rd and doable right here. That's a good decision for him.
Is he looking too early to the flat?
Complete passes. That's what you want to get started with your quarterbacks. Complete some passes. Yeah, he'll take a shot here and there, but he's off to a pretty good start right now.
Hackenberg, 5 of 7, 29 yards, has that pick. And on 3rd down, they're going to run, and Stacy's not going to get it. He's going to get to the 22. He needed the 20. Leon Orr, the nose tackle, makes it 4th and 2.
Looks like they're going to kick a field goal here rather than try for it.
Mike Singletary, as the clock winds down here in the first quarter, is going to take the points. And he's going to send out John Jasper, the former LSU kicker. It'll be a 41-yard attempt. Now Steve Spurrier is frantically calling timeout. Timeout, I beg your pardon.
Timeout. Orlando, 30-second timeout.
All right, so we have 4 timeouts taken in the first quarter.
Orlando didn't need to take a timeout there. Memphis was short a player. They probably were going to take a timeout because the wing wasn't out there.
Word from the sideline, Keith Reeser, who had that interception on the opening drive, is questionable to return with a head injury. He went into the tents, as Jason reported. Let you know when we know more. John Jasper, a Memphis native. Another one of the things I love about the Alliance. So many hometown players. Went to Ridgeway High School in Memphis. He is one of 19 players. Actually, he went to LSU, but there are 19 players on this Memphis team that played their college ball in Tennessee. 41-yard attempt out of the Navarro snap and the Brad Wing hold from the far side hash. Wide left, and Jasper misses for the first time this year. So a nice drive for Hackenberg and Singletary, and Jasper cannot connect. They get nothing out of it. That's the end of one with Spurrier leading. Orlando on top, 9-0. The Alliance of American Football returns after these messages and a word from your local station.
The Run Rich Run movement is back. Rich Eisen is running the 40 to benefit St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and so can you. Upload your 40 with hashtags #RunRichRun and St. Jude to give all kids a chance to play 60 minutes a day. For more information, go to NFL.com/RunRichRun. Run the 40. Make a donation and a difference in the lives of St. Jude kids. And tune in to the Scouting Combine on NFL Network.
Boy, this is a great party.
He's open.
Russ?
Yes.
For the first time in the history of pro sports, here's the app as fast as every player in the game. The Alliance app delivers revolutionary technology, real-time play-by-play gaming, instant interactivity. Truly a game changer. Get the Alliance app today. Live predictive gaming at full speed. Call the plays, unprecedented, and at your fingertips. Available on the App Store and Google Play.
Now that Alliance app right now is #1 in both Google and the Apple stores. If you download it now, there are all kinds of Easter eggs hidden in it. Download it, see what you can find and enjoy. Dearness Johnson has a touchdown, and he gets an interview with Jason.
Dearness, great start. Started the game with a touchdown. First game out of these 3 that you started with the lead. How important was it for you guys to get out to a strong start here tonight?
I mean, it's very important. You know, we want to try to get on the board first. We just want to go out there and just keep working every day. We just want to have a good start, man, and just, you know, like I say, man, give the fans something to watch, you know.
All right, well, keep it up. How many more touchdowns tonight?
I'm trying to at least get, you know, whatever comes, you know, whatever comes. I'm trying to get at least 2 more, hopefully. But whatever comes, you know.
All right, get out there, man. Thanks, Dearness.
Hey, yeah. I think he'll take 2. Dearness Johnson didn't get the start because he was able to finish the game last week so well. The USF, South Florida, career leader in all-purpose yardage. A 9-play drive for Memphis ends in nothing, a missed field goal, and now we're back with Garrett Gilbert and a 9-0 lead. He has misfired on his last 4 passes after opening 6 for 6. Wanted Rennell Hall there.
You know, it looks like this defense is tightening up their coverage. I'm not seeing guys wide open like we did in the first drive or 2.
See Keith Reeser going to the tunnel. We mentioned before he is questionable head injury. Had that pick early for Steve Spurrier. That's a big blow to their secondary. Keep an eye on
player
that.
of the week last week.
They have had defensive players of the week in consecutive weeks. Terrence Garvin, 51, the linebacker. Also one of those guys. Gilbert steps up, throws, gets some air underneath it and gets it across the 40 to the 35 to the former Jet, the former Buckeye, Jalen Marshall.
Yeah, this is a heck of a receiving core. You're talking about Johnson, you're talking about Jalen Marshall. He had 3 big catches for 84 yards last week. Nice ball, get it on the outside, big first down.
And a gain of 15. Jalen Marshall coming into this game averaging 22.5 yards. He also has thrown a touchdown on an Orlando special, I guess you can call it, opening night. Caught by that man, Gilbert.
Yeah.
Offensive weapon, Garrett Gilbert.
Green 10, green 10. Set up.
Short drop. Takes a shot. Right side this time. Hall comes back for it, but he cannot get those feet inbounds.
They wanted to take a shot, little drag slant on both sides, but take a shot, didn't get in.
Beg your pardon, not Hall, it was Chris Thompson, Mooch. I'm sorry.
Chris Thompson. Yeah, a little bit outside. All right. But they'd like to take a shot down the field once in a while. Loosen these guys up a little bit because they want to be a little bit more balanced than they've been in order to run and pass. They got to back these guys up once in a while, right?
You would have to think. Justin Martin there with the coverage, 33 out of Tennessee. See, Chris Thompson also played DB and return kicks. He's a former Florida Gator.
Green 10, green 10. Set up.
Second 10. Pressure from the backside, and he's going to throw it away and incomplete at the 50. Pressure on that one from Jamichael Winston Sr., but Gilbert got it away.
This is a smart play by Garrett Gilbert. He knows he's got pressure. He gets from behind, and instead of taking the sack, he throws this ball down, trying to get the completion, but the incompletion is certainly better than the sack, right? Good play by Gilbert.
Absolutely low for Thompson. So 2 consecutive targets for Chris Thompson, who had a grand total of 9 career receptions in college.
Green 10, green 10. Set up.
Third and 10. They need the far side 44. Gilbert with time. Incomplete at the 42.
This secondary's tightening it up now. We're getting some really good coverage. A little bit of pressure on the quarterback, but it's a little bit more difficult for Garrett Gilbert to make completions lately.
That's Brandon Maiden, the safety who started tonight from Jacksonville State. The intended receiver there was Jalen Marshall. So after starting hot with 9 points, 2 scores on the opening drives, now 2 straight punts for this Orlando offense. As Ben Turk once again is back to punt. The nephew of 16-year NFL veteran Matt Turk. He's put 2 inside the 20 so far this year. Going to be 3. Oh, good job there. It is going to be 3 as Drew Ferris, 53, is going to down it. A nice play there on special teams. Chris Thompson's the man.
Yeah, and it's a good job by Reese Horn trying to draw the coverage to him and let this ball maybe get in the end zone. But no, they down it inside the 10-yard line. That's a great punt. Great coverage. Nice job, guys.
Long field for Memphis. Back after this from AT&T on a 52-yard punt.
Hey, how you doing? Phil, are you guys good with brakes?
We're okay.
Just okay?
We got a saying here. The brakes don't stop it, something will.
That's not a real saying.
It is around here. I wrote it.
Just okay is not okay, especially when it comes to your network. AT&T is America's best wireless network according to America's biggest test. Now with 5G evolution, the first step to 5G. More for your thing. That's our thing.
3 parts in every game. We know Orlando has the offense. The defense has certainly made plays this year. The special teams there after the Turk punt, giving Christian Hackenberg a 98-yard field ahead of them. 5 for 7, 29 yards, and they're going to come out with a fullback in the game. Anthony Manzo Lewis, 49, blocking for Zach Stacy, who puts his head down and gets them some breathing room a couple of yards out to the 4. In conjunction with Navy Federal Credit Union, the Alliance is proud to be staging a military seat upgrade program where families each week are able to upgrade their seats on game day in recognition of their service. Great idea there as we had a colonel and former Army Ranger, Danny McKnight, putting the ball to 25 to start the game tonight.
First order of business, get the ball out past the 5-yard line. Obviously, you want a first down, but you don't want to have to punt inside that 5-yard line because it's shortened down for the punter.
Not going to happen there. Memphis only 15 yards on the ground before that Zach Stacy carry, beg your pardon. Reggie Northrup hit a mark. Zach Stacy kept in check so far, 8 for 17. Came in with 159 yards rushing to lead the Alliance. 149 of that after contact. Amazing. Hackenberg, 3rd and 7. You hate to see this. Out of the shotgun, quarterback on the goal line. Hate to see it, that is, if you're David Lee, the offensive coordinator for this team. Oh, he lets it go down the left sideline. Oh, what a catch! Dantes Bird near midfield.
What a fantastic throw and catch here. Coming off your own goal line. 3rd and 5. Let's take a shot down the field, and we're getting out of trouble. That was a great play call and executed beautifully.
This is the Christian Hackenberg we need to see. A gain of 46, and he did it while taking a hit.
What you want out of your quarterback, to stand in there, complete passes, take hits. They just haven't been able to get completions past 20 yards this year. That was a good one.
Andrew Unkra, the linebacker, brought him down. Clean hit around the waist. Hackenberg let it go and found Bird. Now Howard comes in motion. Nothing on the jet sweep. They're going to give it to Zach Stacy. And I have the feeling, Mooch, that even if it's only 2-3 yards a pop, they are going to keep feeding Zach Stacy. He's going to wear this defense down. They have to control the clock, too.
Why not? He's the leading rusher in this league, and you keep slamming it in there with him. Yes, you got to take a shot now and then, maybe some more play-action pass. But Zach Stacy is one of the best backs in this league. He was a heck of a player for the Rams, and then at Vanderbilt, he's their bell cow now. He'll stay involved the entire game unless it gets out of hand.
He broke a couple of tackles for a 50-yard run a week ago. Again, out of football for 2 years. They told him, quit. Doctors said, Zach, you're done. Fought back after 2 years. And it's Stacy out of the backfield, but Hackenberg can't complete the easy one there. After hitting the long one, that one should have been easier. Let's take a listen to Steve Spurrier.
And we play bump and run. We can't play bump and run. All we got to do is play off. That's all we have to do is play off.
He didn't like that bomb for a completion, did he?
It's 3rd and 7. The quarterback's taking the snap on the goal line. I think he's got a point. Now it's a 3rd and 8. Let's see if the Orlando defense can get off the field this time. Got to get it across the 40. Terrence McGee in the backfield. Hackenberg backpedaling. Hackenberg going down, and he's not getting away this time from Ankara. So, some progress there, but
there was.
Then they go backwards.
Well, you got to throw the ball down the field and get some completions and put some fear into them. But Ankara made a nice play. Great play, beating the tackle on the blitz.
Ankara was inactive last week. Spent time with the Titans this year, but here forces the punt as Brad Wing is back again. And Dearness Johnson stands inside his own 15 to return about 5 minutes in to the second quarter. Almost got that one. Johnson comes up, takes it on the run at the 24-yard line. Little room up the middle to the 30. So another shot for Orlando here after the short return. Apollo's up 9-0. Here's this from the Air National Guard.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.
5 minutes in, second quarter, Orlando on top of Memphis, 9-0. Steve Mariucci, I have an idea.
What?
I mean, there's no time for analysis here with this 35-second play clock.
This is fast.
You want to call the play?
Yeah, I'm going to throw the ball right here. You want me to call the play?
No. Like you actually want to call the play here. Garrett Gilbert, Dearness Johnson. You want to call it? Now, Gilbert's
playing wide receiver over here. Dearness Johnson's playing at quarterback spot. You gave me that play to call for a 1-yard gain.
I thought you were right on it. Oh, you're right on it. You're a veritable Al Michaels or Joe Buck. Gain of 2 for Dearness Johnson. You got a future here. Steve Mariucci My colleague from NFL Network, I'm Andrew Siciliano, Jason Fisher down at the sideline.
I like the fact that he's playing starting tailback and he's returning punts in the same game. How often do you see that?
Johnson now catches a breath, and Davion Smith checks in, number 24, the former Michigan back, scored the first rushing touchdown in Alliance history. 95 looking across the line. Montori Hughes, the massive defensive tackle. 2nd and 8. Gilbert behind Hall. No, beg your pardon. Behind Charles Johnson.
That was a tight fit. That was good defensive coverage. That window was very tight. He's saying, yeah, almost threw a pick there. Watch the coverage underneath. The inside linebacker almost gets that thing.
Now, is that the right window, or should he lead him past to the next window?
I thought that Charles might gear it down in that window so you don't have to lead him into the linebacker.
53, Drew Jackson. Real name Andrew, not the 7th president. 3rd and 8, Johnson on Gilbert's hip. They need the 40. Gilbert may run. Pump fake. Gilbert hit hard, but he's gonna be about a yard short. He needed the 40, he got to the 39, absorbed a hit from Julius Wormsley.
I think he did the right thing in pulling that thing down and trying to run for the first down, but he didn't have the wheels to do that, so they're gonna punt. Good escapability right here. Go get it.
The pump fake there, he actually got by Jackson. But then look out on the blind side. Orlando is going to call timeout. Hey, Combine's coming up. Mooch, we are heading to Indianapolis next week. Whether it's Kyler Murray or Nick Bosa, whomever, the next generation of NFL stars are ready to make a name for themselves at this year's NFL Scouting Combine. NFL Network is there for you. We have complete coverage of the 2019 edition of the Combine beginning Friday only on NFL Network, and they're throughout the day as well on Wednesday and Thursday for Path to the Draft for all the press conferences and interviews and everything else. So you heard there, Jeff Heiser, our referee. Orlando being out of timeouts is also out of challenges with 8:44 to go in the half.
Wow, that was quick. They used them all up, didn't they?
Are they going to go for it?
They're going to go for it on 4th down and 1 here. Why not?
Listen for more information later in the game.
All right, why not? You heard the crowd saying go for it, and they are. Davion Smith, their big back, is out on 4th and 1. Gilbert, one of his last 9 passing. Davion Smith dropped in the backfield, and he's not going to get it. That is a turnover on downs, and Memphis makes a stand and takes it over in Orlando territory here. DeMarcus Gates led the charge.
That surprised me a little bit with this wide open offense to just run it up the gut on 4th and 1. There's no place to go. You see the guards and centers are all covered up. Bam! He comes unblocked for a loss of 2 yards.
The head ball coach, he's calling the plays here. He decided to give it to his big back, and the result is our 2nd turnover of the game, and the first for Orlando. That Orlando defense intercepted that man, Christian Hackenberg, on the opening drive. See what he can do now. Goes to work inside the 40. Hackenberg flips it. That Pig Howard, he has speed. Pig Howard tripped up, or he could have had the sideline, and all kinds of room to run. Mark Myers might have saved at least 15 more yards.
I love the play call, and you got a speed guy. And Pig Howard coming around the edge. Boy, if he would have broke that tackle, it would have been in the end zone. Nice job. Nice play call.
Know you were wondering, Mooch, Pig Howard is not related to Bug Howard.
No relation.
The Atlanta Legends tight end who we saw last week. Pig and Bug, no relation.
I was wondering. All right, 1st down. Here we go.
Let's do it. From the 25. Cutback. But man, he's got nowhere to run. How about the penetration by Northrup again, who's been living in the backfield?
Yeah, Zach Stacy now, one of the great backs in this league, has been really held down. They're loading up that box a little bit to stop the run because the threat hasn't been in the passing game with this team up to date.
Talking to Bob Sanders yesterday, the defensive coordinator here for Orlando, formerly the DC in Green Bay, NFL assistant with a lot of different teams. He had all kinds of praise for Stacy, a legit NFL back. And now Hackenberg on the design roll. Hackenberg throws back across his body, and he gets picked. It's Terrence Garvin, who had a pick six week 1. Garvin lowers his shoulder and brings it back to midfield with a flag at the end on the tackle on the 49.
Well, that's a form of
might be a face mask on the tackle. Dangerous throw by Hackenberg. Gave it right back. Second pick of the night.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness against number 98 of the receiving team. 15-yard penalty. First down, Orlando.
That's going to back him up a little bit. But this play, little sprint option, he could have threw it in the flat right away, but he tried to come back inside. Throwing back across the grain is very dangerous. As you can see, big play by Garvin.
Garvin has been all over the field through 2 games. That is his second interception. I mentioned Reeser was the defensive player of the week last week at corner with a pick 6. Garvin was the defensive player of the week 1 in the Alliance.
What's up, Mom?
75 games in the NFL for Terrence Garvin. And Orlando is going to take it now to the 25-yard line. Gilbert under pressure throws it away. And a flag out. I don't think anyone's in the neighborhood, or they're going to get Anthony Johnson for throwing the quarterback down, but I didn't see a receiver in the neighborhood. Did you?
Intentional grounding. Offense number 3. 10-yard penalty. Loss of down. Second down.
Got to be out of the tackle box.
Yep. Here he comes. Nice inside move right there. Forced the quick throw. Nowhere to go with the football. Nice job on defense.
Anthony Johnson, who has 2 sacks on the season. Garrett Gilbert opened 6 for 6. But that Memphis defense has done its job now. And Gilbert now only 1 for his last 10. Akeem Hunt checks into the game. And there he is. He's got speed, by the way. Akeem Hunt shows that speed. And he gets back to the original line of scrimmage to the 35. You guys remember Akeem Hunt, 30 games with the Texans and the Chiefs from 2015 to 17. Comes in with 12 carries on the season.
Yeah, he was a good kickoff return guy, too, in the National Football League. He had been the starter until Dearness Johnson took over, but it's a good 1-2 punch.
Started both games, again, known for his speed. Johnson and Smith run a little heavier.
Here you go, you got it. Down!
Hunt stays in there at 3rd and long. Need 10. Here comes the blitz. And it's going to get knocked out of the line. We have a flag. I think that's an illegal defense, Mooch. Gilbert yelled immediately, you cannot blitz from depth like that.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the defense for illegal defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
All right, Mooch, give me the thumbnail sketch here, because we've talked a lot about illegal defense.
Well, you can rush 5, okay? You got your front 4, and then a 5th guy can come from the secondary or the linebacker core. But he was too deep. You got to be in the box and declare in the box to rush 5. And that's all we allow is 5-man rush in this league.
And that 5th guy's got to be up near the line. He can't drop. He can be at the line, then drop and have another linebacker come. He can't go double A-gap blitz, I beg your pardon. And that on 3rd down is going to give Orlando a new set of downs from midfield. Gilbert with time, and then checks it down for the short gain over the middle to Hunt.
And that was a smart play by the quarterback. He had nothing downfield, so you check it down, gain a few yards, keep the sticks moving. That was well done by Gilbert.
What?
Love taking a listen here as these quarterbacks are mic'd up.
Down! Green 10, green 10!
2nd and 5. Toss. Nothing there. That was Hunt, who has been in there for most of the snaps on this drive.
That's a good defensive snap. Force him to the sideline. Create 3rd and long here for your defense.
It's a loss of 2. Again, Mooch, this Memphis defense really did play well last week. Hung in the game for 3.5 quarters against Rick Neuheisel's Arizona team, which can light up the scoreboard. Just got tired at the end.
They did, and they're a much improved team from week 2, from week 1 to week 2. And they're doing some good things tonight.
Green 10, green 10.
Hate to give you the old 0-2 is not indicative of their true talent, but that is the case here. On 3rd and 5, Gilbert has nowhere to go. Throws it at the feet of Matt Weiser behind him as well. He was under pressure as Memphis is getting to the quarterback. That's Winston, number 91, and it's going to be 4th down at midfield.
Yeah, that's a good series right here now with 3 plays. Make him punt. Good coverage. He pulled it back. He didn't like it. Good coverage, good pressure on the quarterback. Well done.
Michael Winston Sr. out of Arkansas, 91. Reese Horn back to return this. Last time we saw Ben Turk. He pinned Memphis at the 3. His 3rd inside the 20 this year as we're inside of 5 to go. This is a high one. Horn runs up underneath it, and he muffed it at the 20, but then he falls on it, and crisis averted. Memphis has it, down 9-0, 4:40 to go, late 2nd quarter. Here, week 3 of the Alliance. Here's this from Navy, Federal, Credit Union, and Carvana.
Well, my parents met in Texas, then they moved to Washington. They had me at Fort Knox. They keep all the gold there. After that, we moved to Georgia for a couple years. Then we spent some time in Korea. Seaweed snack. Ew. And now we live here for good.
Our members call many places home.
Oh, lots of questions.
So we made owning a home easier. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
In an era of online retail where everything is just a few clicks away, buying a car should be no different. That's why at Carvana, you can buy a car 100% online. We made it easy to browse, view, and buy from over 10,000 cars. You can even trade in your old car, all while binge watching your favorite TV show. Afterwards, we'll deliver your car to you. Or you can pick it up from one of our car vending machines. Either way, your car comes with a 7-day return policy. So grab a seat, relax in your comfy pants, and enjoy the new way to buy a car at Carvana.
Christian Hackenberg looking into his helmet here. Memphis nearly 100 yards, but nothing on the scoreboard yet. Late 2nd quarter. So the Express can get going here. Right before that, Terrence McGee has all kinds of room, and there's a good way to start the drive. McGee gets 10. Coupland, the safety with the tackle. Mooch, this is big here, I think, for the Express.
And they like to stay stubborn with the run. This team is not going to throw the ball every down, all right? They want to stay balanced with run and pass. That's a nice way to open up that drive with a 1st down run.
It's big as well because Memphis is going to get the ball to start the 3rd. So there's a chance, if they can eat some clock and punch it in, to double up, get the ball back, and make this a game. Still very much a game. 9:10 to go in the 2nd quarter. Quick hitter to the outside, Devin Lucien with blockers in front of him.
And I like the call. It's a little bubble screen alpha play action out here. Keeps the clock rolling too here, but you got a nice 7-yard gain. Play catch. That's a nice play call.
Something to keep in mind here inside of 5.5. Either half. If you're going to run out of bounds, that's not going to stop the clock. Memphis does have 1 timeout. Now, an incompletion would stop the clock. Ball hits the ground, but if, let's say, Lucien had turned to the sideline, that clock would still be going as it is here. Hackenberg, 7 of 11, 81. Hit a big play downfield, but he's been picked off twice. Hands to McGee. 2nd nice run for McGee here on a 1st down.
And another 1st down. I like the play call. A little inside zone. Good mix on this drive.
2 runs by McGee. Completion by Lucien. That is a gain of 8. Got a new tailback in there. Sherman Beatty checks in. Wearing 34. Sherman Beatty signed only this week. Former Tulane back. The fake to Beatty. Hackenberg step up. Hackenberg tucks and runs and slides. Took a couple of big hits this time or last week. Here, no.
That was smart. You didn't have anything down the field. Take off with it. Slide a little bit, and let's get a little tempo right now.
Clock winding towards 2.5 to go. Memphis can stop it once. There is A 2-minute warning as well. Officially a gain of 4. Luke, this is big for a young quarterback, isn't it?
It is, you know, and they don't seem to be in a hurry. They seem to want to get to the 2-minute warning. First down's imperative right now.
2nd and 7. The give. Oh, Beatty went airborne.
They're going to create a 3rd and short here. That's good.
Josh Banks hit him. Watch Beatty, who was a track star at Tulane with the hurdles.
It's a nice little run.
Guy ran a 10.72 in the 100 meters. Don't know if he actually did the hurdles, but that looked good.
10.7, that's what you ran in the 100 meters, isn't it?
Negative, Ghost Rider. We have an injury on the field as well, it seems. Or no, take it back. We have an officials conference. Down to the sideline, Jason, what do you got?
Thanks, Andrew. I'm with Trey Jackson, number 63 for Orlando. He just went into the medical tent with a right hand injury. He's questionable to return. Keith Reesert is back on the bench. However, he's not getting in the game until at least the second half. They're going to reevaluate him at halftime.
All right, good to know on Keith Reesert. At least he is back on the sideline. He was questionable with a head injury. Took a shot in the first quarter after that pick on the first drive. All right, 2-minute warning. We stayed here, Mooch, for the 2-minute warning. We have a 3rd and 2. With Stacy in the backfield. And it is going to be Stacy dancing, getting through initial contact and getting the first down across the 40 to the 43. And the clock is going to wind.
All right, nice little inside zone for the first down. Now you got to be methodical, have a sense of urgency right here. I don't think they have to huddle up. Minute 40 and counting. Watch the inside zone. Nice run for the first down.
I was going to say, I kind of like using the clock here. Don't give Garrett Gilbert a shot. Hackenberg throws over the middle. Incomplete. He had Lucien, and he could not squeeze it. And a flag. Flag in the offensive backfield.
Holding. Offense number 7. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Yeah. That's a matter of execution here. Yeah, right there. He grabbed him, pulled him down, and that ball's got to be thrown a little bit more out in front. Matter of execution, right?
A little behind him, but is that catchable?
It would have been a great catch. I think we'd have replayed it 4 times if he caught it, but that ball's got to be thrown out in front.
Hackenberg certainly could put some gas on it, and he did there. They got Robert Myers, the left guard, as you said, Mooch, for holding. That's going to back him up into a 1st and 20. Need to get to the 33.
That's the last time out.
They'll use that last timeout.
3rd and final timeout. Memphis. 30-second timeout.
Well, they did what they said they were going to do, throw the ball down the field more often, and they're doing that. They completed the one coming off the goal line, but they got to be more efficient, more accurate. Stay away from the penalties, the things that hurt themselves. But they're more aggressive in this game than they've been in the first 2.
All right, if you're calling the play here, 1st and 20, what do you do?
Go get some of it. Try to make it 2nd and 10-ish. You know, you don't have to have it all on 1 down because you got a lot of time, a minute 24, but you have no timeouts left. But just go get a completion.
Clock's not a big concern, but now you're backed up onto your own side of the field. You need the plus 33 to keep this going. Stacy's in the backfield. Check that. It is Stacy on the screen. Zach Stacy across midfield. That's one way to get some of it back. You get around 8, but they're about 2 yards shy of the original line of scrimmage.
I like the play call. Little screen. It was executed well. Got half of it back. Here we go on the ball.
Clock winding towards a minute. Terrence McGee's into the game. Hackenberg almost picked off. Should have been picked off. He wanted Horn. Instead, it was in and out of the hands of Riggs.
Yeah, Cody Riggs should have had an interception right here. This is an ill-advised throw. Great coverage on this comeback throw.
Cody Riggs, the former Buck, inactive the first 2 weeks. Had a pick. Had a pick. We have an injury now in the offensive backfield.
This will be an excess timeout. This is their 4th timeout. 3rd down.
Anthony Morris, the left tackle, is down. And it looks as if they are looking at his right leg. Hate to see that. Talk about that offensive line. Done such a great job rushing the football.
Yeah, he was a 7th-round pick to the Oakland Raiders in 2015. And 4 of these guys on the offensive line were drafted in the NFL. It's a pretty darn good line.
Taking a look at that right leg. Anthony Morris starting at left tackle. Already tonight, Memphis is without its starting right tackle. So if Morris can't continue, they'd be without both starting tackles for Hackenberg. Toby Weathersby on the right side did not dress today. As I mentioned, as they tend to Morris. Mooch, we're heading to Indianapolis early next week. And when we get there, what do you think Rich is going to run? Rich Eisen's running the 40 again. Benefit St. Jude Children's Hospital. You can do it as well. Share your 40-yard dash video on social media. Use the hashtag RunRichRun or the hashtag St. Jude. And for more information, NFL.com/RunRichRun. Going to be different this year. No Mike Mayock.
Yep. But, you know, Rich has been training like crazy for this. He's been in the weight room. He's been running. He's slimming down. He's going to try to break all records.
Saw him training with Jake Glazer.
And raise a lot of money
Morris
for St.
gets
Jude.
up. Let's listen to Mike Singletary.
Yeah, he's going to be all right. He's going to be good, baby. You're going to be good. Got the blood flowing. We're going to be good.
Dr. Mike Singletary, encouraging prognosis. For now. All right, let's see what Memphis can do now. A 3rd and 13. McGee in the backfield. Both teams had a timeout. Hackenberg lets it rip, and again, he is behind his intended receiver. It's Horn this time, and it's going to be 4th down.
And that stops the clock now. Give the other team a chance to put a little drive together right here. I thought they might run the football, chew up some of this clock, and go in at halftime 9-0.
Well, it's interesting, Mooch. If you run the ball there, you're basically conceding.
Yep.
We don't think we can get it. Let's go to the half. You want to see your young quarterback make that throw.
And they made a concerted effort to throw the ball down the field more often in this game, and I like that.
And now Brad Wing's going to give it back. As that ball angles to the right, Dearness Johnson is going to let it bounce at the 7, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 4. So 43 seconds left after that nice punt. Got it down inside the 5. 43 seconds left for Garrett Gilbert.
We're out of timeouts.
Who opened well. Take a listen.
Draw 30. Be left. Dallas 31. Hey, tell him to take care of the ball.
They're going to run it?
Yeah, I think they're going to just run the clock out here. You're backed up on your own 4-yard line. Let's just get out of here at halftime, 9-0.
Hey, 2 hands, Dearness, 2 hands. Be left flex. Dallas 31. Ready?
2 hands, Dearness Johnson. 2 hands, please. Dearness Johnson is 2 yards deep in the backfield. Let's call this an offset pistol. How about that? On the delay, Johnson. He's got room. He's got some wiggle. He's got a 1st down before Gates rips him down. And the clock is going to wind down now.
And they don't have to take a snap right now. They can go into halftime if they choose to.
Steve Spurrier doesn't want to try to throw it downfield. I mean, come on.
You never know, right?
Really? I mean, what happened to the sun and gun here? Although,
hang on to that ball.
With the humidity and we're under the lights, there's no sun. Lost to 2 now. And Steve Spurrier, I guess I've seen everything, decides to take off the headset and go into the locker room with a 9-0 lead. He had 43 seconds and no timeouts.
Yeah, they got their 9 right away, and then after that, Memphis' defense tightened it up. Made it a good game right now.
You have to say, though, the Memphis defense has, after those first 2 drives, and one of them was a short field, has done its job.
They really have, and not a lot of receivers are wide open like they were early in the game. They're stopping the run. They're covering the receivers, especially deep. There's nowhere to go with the football. I like it right now. They've tightened it up.
Dad, Jason Fisher with the coach.
Coach, you got to be happy with your defense, pitching a shutout so far. How do you think they're playing?
They've made a few third downs, but boy, we've risen to the occasion. Got some turnovers. Our defense playing super.
What adjustments do you need to make in the second half?
Offensively, we got to find some ball plays. We found them first 2 drives. Since then, we have been stymied. So we need to find some new ball plays.
All right. Well, good luck in the second half, Coach. Thanks so much.
Steve Spurrier heading to the locker room, a couple of months removed from back surgery. His team, though, moving well tonight. His team with the lead, and the defense doing the job as well. 9-0. Stay tuned for Alliance All Access halftime report with Alex Flanagan, Terrell Davis, Rod Woodson, Cynthia Freeland. That's next.
They can't stop us. They can judge or dismiss us, but we'll come back. Because you can't stop Price. You can't stop Sunday or Saturday. You can't stop football, and they can't stop us. The Alliance of American Football.
Chicago has been
Bringing the football.
freshness.
You show how the ATL do? Bring it. That way.
Can I bring my swag? Superpowers?
Kill 'em.
Can I bring my crew?
Bring 'em.
We meet again. Hey, maybe. Hey, maybe. You ever see me? They start going crazy.
Can I bring? Definitely bring that. They're bringing it. How about you? What are you bringing?
Apollo's running back Ernest Johnson doing his part today in the first half to keep the Apollos undefeated as they take on the Memphis Express. It is 9-0 right now at halftime. Welcome into our Alliance All Access studio. I'm Alex Flanagan alongside Cynthia Freeland, Rod Woodson, and Marvin Lewis. You guys, 9-0 at the half, and Rod, a big reason for that is Terrence Garvin.
Terrence Garvin, a converted DB who's playing linebacker. He has 18 tackles on the season. He has 3 interceptions on the season. This guy is making a lot of plays in space for this football team. One of the main reasons they're staying in all their games.
Marvin, they've only scored 9 points, the Orlando Apollos, and that is a low-scoring output for them given what we've seen so far this season. So Memphis also doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, they're doing a great job on defense tonight. Anthony Johnson has had a big play with a sack. He's been disruptive all day, and ever since the first drive, they've settled down and played great defense today.
Yeah, it's nice to see. Mike Singletary must love them playing good defense, right? Cynthia, what are you seeing?
Absolutely. Well, Charles Johnson, we talked about him in the pregame. It's a really big deal when he catches, especially deep passes or yards after the catch. He's been limited to 2 receptions on 4 targets for only 35 yards. So he did get the yards once he made the catch, but they've really shut down his production.
Memphis looking for their first win of the season. Earlier today, the Salt Lake Stallions got their first win of the season in a big game for Salt Lake, their home opener at Rice-Eccles Stadium. Josh Woodrum back in the game after he was injured week 1, throwing that touchdown pass to DeMornay Pearsonell for 25 yards, and the Stallions up 9-0 in the second quarter here. Carter Schultz, Coach Lewis, this is a guy that you've liked all along for this team.
Another big play there, Carter Schultz, -8-yard play. You got to love that as a coach.
Take it into the second quarter now, and John Wolford throwing to his go-to target there, Rashad Ross, and you got to love it. You got to love that dance. It is a tie game now at 9-9. And we go now the first play of the third quarter. John Wolford intercepted by Greer Martini, and Wolford, unfortunately, after that interception, injured on the play. He would not return to this game. And post-game, Coach Rick Neuheisel calling it a back strain. We'll see how he does going forward. Then Brandon Oliver for the Stallions, a 1-yard touchdown run, putting them up by 6. Great to see Brandon Oliver coming back from an Achilles injury and a number of other things, battling. Stallions regaining the lead 15-9. Trevor Knight now in at quarterback in the fourth quarter, And it is the first time that we've seen a team do this. The Hotshots opting for the onside conversion. They start at 4th and 12 from the 28. Unfortunately, though, it does not work, and the Stallions get their first win of the season, 23-15. And I think Josh Woodrum, really the story kind of coming out of this one. Salt Lake has a quarterback.
Yeah, Josh Woodrum here, this is the first time they've converted over 50% as a team passing. So you see the huge difference this makes, 23 points. That was the reason that they won.
Nice to see Josh Woodrum healthy. Another great story coming out of this league is a kid named Luis Perez. We're going to see him in tomorrow's game. We're going to tell you a little bit about how he learned how to play the game of football through watching YouTube. That coming up after this break.
From that moment on, I decided to play quarterback. My first resource was YouTube. Literally, I'd teach me how to play quarterback. Routes, timing, footwork, defenses. When I want to learn some things, YouTube's always my first resource.
Come on, Carol! Hawaii, nice!
Yeah, I'm excited. Finally earned enough rewards points.
So jealous.
Yeah, I can't wait to get that shave ice.
What's shave ice?
It's like a Hawaiian snow cone.
Why not just say snow cone?
I don't know, they call it shave ice.
You fly to Hawaii for this.
I don't go there for the ice.
You saved up your reward points for ice. That's a lot of ice.
Okay.
Go Rewards credit card from Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.
For the first time in the history of pro sports, here's the app as fast as every player in the game. The Alliance app delivers revolutionary technology, real-time play-by-play gaming, instant interactivity, truly a game changer. Get the Alliance app today. Live predictive gaming at full speed. Call the plays. Unprecedented and at your fingertips. Available on the App Store and Google Play.
When the Birmingham Iron play tomorrow against the Atlanta Legends, this game you can see on CBS Sports Network along with the San Antonio and San Diego game later in the day. But when the Birmingham Iron play in this game, the game will feature a young man named Luis Perez, whose journey really to playing tomorrow night is nothing short of incredible. Take a look and a listen to Luis Perez's story.
Luis Perez, I went to Texas A&M Commerce, and I'm 24 years old. But I didn't play high school football. All my buddies were on the football team, and they said, "Hey, Luis, come out to the football game." I'm sitting in the stands, seeing all my buddies run through the tunnel, everybody going crazy. It was just a moment where I decided I need to be down there. From that moment on, I decided to play quarterback. My first resource was YouTube. Literally, I'd teach me how to play quarterback. Routes, timing, footwork, defenses. When I want to learn some things, YouTube's always my first resource. I walked down at a local junior college. I was 9th string. I worked my butt off. I won the number 2 spot. I went to Commerce. And my senior year, we won the national championship. And once I was done playing, I did everything possible in my power to be an NFL quarterback. I was with the Rams for a little bit. And the moment I got waived, my goal was to win the starting job of an Alliance football team and win a championship.
Perez taking a shot. Huge gain.
There's a lot on YouTube that you can learn.
Oh my gosh, Luis Perez, really, I don't know if I could learn it on YouTube or not. It's pretty incredible. 6'3" though, Marvin, look at he has the intangibles certainly there. Size, speed, composure.
As we listen to Luis talk about his story and the opportunity to take advantage of this now, but to lack the college experience, he's overcoming so much. All those reps, sitting in all those meetings, all those coverage, how to read the coverage, Rod. I mean, how does he see it? You know, all those stats, Cynthia. I mean, everything that we go through.
He's a great bowler. 12 perfect games. I can't bowl over 100 half the time.
I know, I get really happy with 100 too. But I'm actually thinking that the coolest thing about his whole story is the fact that he was with the Rams, so he got that experience to be in that quarterback room during this season, so before this season. So that's a really interesting one for me.
All right, second half coming your way here, and we'll see if Memphis can continue to play the way that they've played on defense, but certainly going to have to get something going on offense.
You know, I think it might be time for a quarterback change.
Maybe. We'll see if they make a change at the quarterback. We will talk to you later. Back to the second half of the game.
It's a great day. We got football, baby.
You spoke my language right there. I'm going for
We
not go quietly into the night.
Was that the bank here? This team is different.
They're loaded on both sides of the ball. We've got celebrity guests one after the other.
And they call me a goat? I was thinking WWJD. What would Justin do?
We are with Carson Wentz, the Philadelphia Eagles.
What a way to start the day.
It's incredible. That's why we're the best. Do it all.
Can we talk football?
The NFL draft is officially open. Which team gets it right tonight? Bang! What a catch!
It is all on the line.
The Patriots have won their 6th Super Bowl title.
Drive, and the defense did its job as well, as we see Garrett Gilbert warming up here back at Spectrum Stadium. Orlando, Mooch, many people think could be the best team in the Alliance. What do we think of the first half?
They're a very talented team on both sides of the ball, and Memphis learned that right away, and it was a 9-0 lead. It could have been worse, but Memphis has really tightened it up. Played very well in the second quarter, and you know, they came to play and beat. I don't want to call it an upset, but the underdog Memphis Express, they're saying, hey, we can play with these guys, and they've really played well lately.
And very much in this game, Mike Singletary, head coach of Memphis, now down to the field with Jason.
Coach, down 9-0 at the half. What'd you say to your team in the locker room?
Well, we just got to finish the game. I mean, I think at first we were a little bit rattled, did some things that we didn't really need to do, but I think we settled down after a while and started playing good football. We just have to stop beating ourselves and we'll be okay.
What do you want to see from your quarterback here in the second half?
Well, I just want him to execute, and it's as simple as that. I think the play call is doing a great job. We just have to execute.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
As you see, Christian Hackenberg, Steve Mariucci, who is, as we look at the passing numbers, 8 of 14, 88 yards, a couple of interceptions. There was some talk before this game of maybe seeing Zach Mettenberger. Would you make a switch?
No, I would not.
Well, look, they did. How about that?
Zach Mettenberger,
Zach
number
Mettenberger.
8, he's in. That's interesting.
Zach Mettenberger out onto the field to start this third quarter. The former Tennessee Titan is going to hand to Sherman Beatty.
I don't think
to open
Christian
up
got
the quarter.
hurt at all in the first half. They probably wanted to see what this guy can do. He's got a lot of starts in the National Football League, and after that goose egg in the first half, hey, give him a shot. Let's see what he can do.
We asked Mike Singletary during the week, would you make a quarterback change? He says he needs to see improvement. His team is very much in this game, 0-2, and they're going to hand the keys in the second half to Mettenberger. Played in 14 NFL games. He was 0-10 as a starter for the Titans. They're going to keep it on the ground, and look, that'll work. Beatty over the left side for a first down.
And that's all you want to do with your new quarterback. All right, let's move the sticks. First downs. Let's be methodical. Help them out with your play calls. Short passes, get some completions and some confidence here.
Zach Mettenberger's got a big arm. Threw some touchdowns. made some plays at LSU. Granted, he had Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry at LSU.
Yeah, he had a good receiving core over there, didn't he?
Had a very good receiving core, and here he has a Tulane tailback behind him. We'll keep it to the SEC. And Zach Stacy, who was held only 22 yards in the first half. A play fake and a rollout, and it's a completion. It's not for much. It was low to Barnes, and much like Hackenberg, some of the easy stuff ain't so easy.
Not accurate enough. There was a good play fake. You got slowed by the defense. Come on out there and play catch and let your tight end run with the ball. Should have been a first down if it was an accurate throw.
As we look at our first half stats, I beg your pardon, brought to you by Air National Guard. They make the switch at quarterback. Memphis had it, time of possession, but those 2 turnovers kill it.
Monday. Ready.
Mettenberger is mic'd up. Christian Hackenberg did not want to wear the microphone this evening. Stacy over the right side, across the 45. It'll bring up 3rd and short. Gain it 2.
I like the play call. Let's just be methodical, move the sticks, make it 3rd and short, 3rd and doable right now for the new quarterback. Got to get him some confidence, get him in a rhythm a little bit.
Mettenberger has had time with the Chargers, had time with the Steelers. He was a 6th-round pick in 2014. And as I said, Memphis very much in this game. McGee in the backfield. They need the 49 to keep it alive.
Ready.
Pig Howard in motion. Take the jet sweep. And McGee over the left side gets 5 to the 49.
I like how they're getting them started right here. They're methodical. They're keeping it mostly on the ground. Get them some confidence. Move the sticks. First down. I'd be looking for some play-action pass here coming up.
Was that a Daniel Jeremiah Twitter reference? He is at Move the Sticks. Is that what that was? No?
At orbit.
Nope.
32
Okay.
slip. Hold on. Ready.
We can hear him. He's mic'd up. Huh?
Monday.
Sherman Beatty checks in.
Ready.
Then a little guy, Howard in motion. They don't hand it to him. And how about Stacy running? No, and Beatty, I beg your pardon. That's some strong running for the guy that just signed this week.
Wow, that's some tough running by Sherman Beatty up inside. Move the sticks again. I'm anticipating some play-action pass here coming up. They're establishing the ground game, which is smart with a new quarterback.
Good wiggle there, too.
Yeah, I like that.
Where's 10 down? And so Memphis is on the move. Opening up here in the 3rd quarter. Beatty's going to stay in there. And why not?
Stop. Ready.
Look out. Mettenberger steps up. Mettenberger lets it fly towards the pylon, and that is near nobody at all.
But I like the play call. It's a little play-action pass. Let's back him up a little bit and show that, hey, this guy's got a strong arm, and we're not afraid to shoot it down the field. I think that was smart.
Taking a look at that Memphis huddle from Skycam, brought to you this evening by Wheels Up.
Hey, let's get the ball. Monday, hot. Ready.
Stacy up the middle. Good room. Say this for this Memphis offensive line. They are run blocking well.
And they have to decide now, are they in 4-down territory or not?
Should they be?
Yeah, I think so, unless they lose yardage right here. If they gain a couple and it's 4th and short, let's go for it. Why not? But 3rd down call, we'll see if they put them on the move.
Their kicker, John Jasper, missed earlier from 41. From right here in the 30, if they don't get anything else, it would be roughly a 48-yard attempt. 3rd down.
Arkansas. Monday, time. Ready on.
You got it, Arkansas talking to his O-line. Mettenberger avoids the rush. Mettenberger throws for the pylon, and it is caught with a flag. Lucian has a touchdown for now. That's a nice pitch and catch, and I think this is on the defense.
It is.
Defense number 26. That penalty's declined. Results of the play. Touchdown.
Josh Evans with the hold. Devin Lucian with the touchdown.
I like that drive, boy. They ran the ball methodically and very well, and this has got to give them a lot of confidence now with a new quarterback.
That's a nice ball.
Perfect ball. Good coverage. He had to get it up and over the top.
Let's go! Let's go, Dallas! Let's go, baby!
Let's go Dallas, meaning Dallas Thomas, 67, that right guard. And they got to go for 2 in the Alliance. And now we have a 9-6 game. And they're going to go for 2. This would make it a 1-point game. I'm good at math.
Ready! Ready hard!
McGee in the backfield. Mettenberger looks to McGee, and with nothing there, he just clocks it and eats it. Throws it at his feet. Josh Banks had the pressure. They'll take the 6. It's a lot better than the first half when they had nothing. Steve Spurrier's got a game on his hands now, 9-6. We'll be back after this message from MGM Resorts. Yes, Mariucci, we have a game. Mike Singletary changes quarterbacks, and now it's 9-6.
You know, when a coach changes personnel and it works out like that, you say, hey, that was a good call by me, right? Zach Mettenberger drives him in for a touchdown, made this thing real interesting.
And now it's Garrett Gilbert's chance with a 3-point game. Opened the game 6 for 6, since then 2 for 13. Takes it out of the belly of Davion Smith, throws the slant. And that's complete to Rennell Hall for maybe 8 to bring up 2nd and 2.
And I like that play call. Little play action. Throw the ball. Get it out there. See if we can get going. We're not going to get conservative. We're going to stay wide open. We got to score some points, it looks like, with this Mettenberger kid at quarterback.
Well, the head ball coach kept a conservative end of the second. Had 43 seconds and didn't do anything with it. Decided to just run the clock out. Gilbert has really struggled since those first couple of drives. Davion Smith gets around left end. The 40, the 45. Midfield still on his feet across the far side 40. Davis Tull with the tackle after a huge run by Davion Smith.
Well, this team's got a stable of running backs from Keem Hunt to Dearness Johnson, now Davion Smith. Nice open field running. First down. Let's move the sticks.
A gain of 28. This guy can play. He'll run through you. Davion Smith, 23 touchdowns at Michigan. Played a little bit for the Dolphins, didn't do much. But there, he gives Orlando a big boost.
And they're running with a fullback. They say maybe we're going to play a little smash mouth right now. Pound it in there a little bit. You're looking for some play action pass.
Did you ever think you'd see Steve Spurrier as a ball control coach?
No, it's going to be for a few plays here, and then he's going to take a shot.
The head ball control coach?
Head ball control. He's going to take a shot here.
Take a shot on 2nd down? What do you think? 2nd down?
Green 10, green 10! Set up!
Not on 2nd down. They'll run. Davion Smith breaks out of the pack and turns nothing into something to set up about 3rd and 3.
Davion Smith showing me something now. He shows good balance. He's got some good acceleration. He takes care of the football. I like what he's doing right here. It's a good changeup.
Came in having scored 2 touchdowns in the first 2 games. 5 games with the Dolphins a couple of years ago. He's bounced around. He's had a shot. He's gotten on the field.
But he's a Michigan man.
You're a Michigan State guy. Can you handle this? Michigan State fan.
Hey!
3rd and 3.
Seattle Roger! Seattle Roger! Seattle Roger! Green 10, green 10! Set up!
Zone right, pitch right. Oh, nowhere to go. Stayed on his feet. Only lost 2 yards.
That was a great defensive snap.
Anthony Johnson got him.
Nowhere to go. Loss. Now it's 4th down and long. They got to make a decision. Looks like they're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it. From right here, it's roughly a 55-yard field goal. Elliott Fry's career long is 55.
All right, the ball coach says he wants to go for it.
What do you call up 4th and 8?
How about timeout?
You want a timeout?
Yep. Let's talk this over.
All right. right, as they talk it over, we will as well. 6:40 to go, third quarter. Back after this from Wheels Up. They say here in Orlando of the Apollos, take aim. Hashtag take aim on Twitter. They're taking aim here at a 4th and 8, Steve Mariucci. 6:40 to go in the third.
Just be ready for it right off the break.
Yeah, a little too far for the field goal.
Alamo, you got the wheelie. Yeah, here we
This is
go.
a big play in this game right now.
Cinco, Alamo, 7 semi. Ready?
Cinco.
To the right.
Not Ocho Cinco. Got the big back. Smith in the backfield.
Yeah.
Need the 29. Gilbert has time. Gilbert flushed out right. He's going to throw it back across his body with a flag down. Renell Hall. Touchdown.
There's a flag on the field.
Control with a flag.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 2025.
Wow.
Put him up.
That's a great scramble drill by not only the quarterback, but by wide receivers. The backside receiver went to the post. He went deep. That's a heck of a throw and a heck of a play. Great alertness by everybody involved. Touchdown.
And he secured that football with 2 feet down. What a play. Renell Hall from Garrett Gilbert. And now the 2-point conversion. Orlando extends to 15-6 with the mandatory 2-point conversion. You see some odd-looking scores. 15-6 is certainly one of them. Gilbert scans back of the end zone. Dante Dye couldn't bring it down.
That ball was a little high, but that was a good drive. They answered the touchdown. You know, momentum was swinging. When a touchdown was scored by Memphis, and they answered the bell and then calmed it down a little bit. This is going to get it into being a heck of a football game, 15-6.
Smile, Steve Spurrier. Back after this from Navy Federal Credit Union in Topgolf.
Well, my parents met in Texas, then they moved to Washington. They had me at Fort Knox. They keep all the gold there. After that, we moved to Georgia for a couple years. Then we spent some time in Korea. Seaweed snack. Ew. And now we live here for good.
Our members call many places home.
Oh, lots of questions.
So we made owning a home easier. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Here at Topgolf, the grass is greener on our side of the fence.
But you guys don't have grass.
True, but we have buckets of beer instead of buckets of balls. You like that? And our high-tech tee-offs let you know exactly how far you hit your 7-iron.
So I can bring my own clubs.
How else are you gonna beat your buddy Dave? Now tuck your shirt in and put your spikes on. I'm kidding. In fact, go nuts. Bet on yourself, talk a big game, score high.
You mean score low?
Score however, because this is Topgolf. This is everyone's game.
15-6. What a catch there by Renell Hall. Capping off a 6-play, 75-yard drive as we look at the 2 quarterbacks. Christian Hackenberg benched after 10 quarters, 2 of them today. 63 passing yards. Look at Zach Mettenberger here as he led him down the field today in Memphis for a touchdown in that opening drive of the third quarter. And now Sherman Beatty gets to carry Steve Mariucci to open up this one.
And they do, and they want to stay balanced. You're not going to just let them sling it every down. So running the football is what helped him score that last drive. So they're going to get a healthy mix here and take their shots when they think they should. I think they should right now.
Bobby Blizzard is the offensive coordinator, a Hal Mummy air raid guy. He took over after only 1 game. David Lee, a longtime NFL quarterback coach, is the OC. But those duties were taken away by Mike Singletary after that opening week loss. Got him to move. Nope, motion.
Ball start. Offense, number 67. Second down.
Right guard.
And that'll happen sometimes when you change quarterbacks. It's a different cadence at times, and you get your offensive linemen a little jumpy. They got to get used to this new cadence.
Actually, Dallas Thomas, with the injury, has moved out to right tackle. So Thomas, normally a guard, the former Dolphin third-round pick, has pushed out to right tackle.
Check through. Roger. Express, time.
So they are the Express. 2nd and 13. Throw to the near side. Going to get some of that penalty yardage back. Dontez Bird from Tennessee Tech with another flag down on the sideline.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Number 18 against the offense. 15 penalty. Second down.
Oh, that's huge. 7th penalty for now 70 yards on Memphis.
2 penalties in a row. That's not what you want after a completion. Would you give him a stiff arm in the face mask?
Right there.
Yep.
Just took it off. Actually did take it off. Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
2nd and 28.
So Bird backs him up 15.
Hey.
And it's now 2nd and 24.
Soko's hot. Red 80. Red.
And another whistle.
What is happening?
Ball start.
Yeah.
Offense. Number 70. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
And this can happen when you have a new quarterback with a new cadence. The timing is just a little bit different for Zach Mettenberger, and they just aren't used to his cadence just yet. That's why all of your quarterbacks, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, should pretty much use the same one.
You heard Mettenberger mic'd up say, what is happening here? And remember, with that injury on the right side of the line, you have new guys in new positions. That was Robert Myers, the left guard, and a new quarterback with a new cadence. Today it's 2nd and 28. They got to get to the 35, and they'll set up the screen. McGee breaks 1 tackle. He's got nowhere to go. Terrence Garvin cleans it up as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Mooch, one of the exciting new features in the Alliance. This, the first season, the fresh new look. These team uniforms developed and provided between the Alliance and Starter. And New Era.
Yeah, I coached for 30 years, and I've had Starter. I still have some Starter stuff in my closet. I love it.
Does it fit?
No, it doesn't. It's a little tight right now.
I have Starter jackets I used to wear to the bus in high school as well. Amazingly, they do still fit because I'm still child-sized. 3rd and 27.
Hey, Topper. Hey, Monday Express, on!
Thought there might have been motion there. Hackenberg shotgun, flings it to avoid the sack. That is not going to be 27 at all. Maybe 5 yards, and now we have Riggs limping. Barnes on the reception. It'll be a 4th down punt from back of the end zone, and an injury here to Cody Riggs, who was inactive the first couple of weeks. They were happy to get him back on the field this week, and now he is down. Cody Riggs had a Notre Dame time with the Buccaneers. He's coming up on Barnes. Flipped him. Let's see. Oof. Thigh to the helmet.
Yeah, they told him to stay down, but they're checking out his legs.
Checking out his right leg. So with 3:23 to go, it's Orlando on top of Memphis, 15-6, as we take a look at Steve Spurrier. Really enjoyed our conversation with him yesterday, Mooch, in preparation for this game. You guys go way back.
We do go way back. When I was coaching the San Francisco 49ers, he was coaching the Redskins.
Yeah.
Remember when he did that? The old ball coach coaching the National Football League. And yeah, we played the first preseason game over there in Osaka, Japan, right? And it was his first game, and he wanted to show that he's a good football coach, which he really is. And I'm just saying, 5 preseason games. I'm going to play my guys 1 series, and then we're going to play the backups the rest of the game, right? So he played his team, his starters, the whole game. They kicked our butt, right? 38-7. He still has the game ball. I know that, right?
Because,
well, Because he beat Coach Mooch, that's why.
Right, but you turned on the TV later that season and saw the ball on his shelf.
Well, he was doing an interview, but we had to play him again, all right? We had to play him for real in Candlestick Park, and we got him that time. Don't make me tell you about that game. But that Osaka game, his first game in the National Football League, he really wanted to win it, and they beat us pretty good against our backups.
Oh, that's a shank, by the way, by Wing, but it's going to take a friendly roll across the 40. Mooch, I think you're soft selling this story. You saw that ball on television, and it's a preseason game ball on his shelf.
Right on his shelf, and it was like 38-7. Redskins over the Niners. I went, what? This is a preseason game. But you know what? That was his first win, right? It's his first win, Andrew. He still has it, he told us.
So you whipped him in the regular season?
Oh, yeah, we got him. Yeah.
Well, the great thing is we were talking about this game. We asked him yesterday if he remembered it. Not only did he remember it, he remembered the score. And Mooch, we were also walking down SEC memory lane with Florida, with South Carolina. I don't know that this guy has ever forgotten the score. He's won 277 games, the USFL, college football, the NFL, 12 of the NFL. I think he knows every score, and I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah, we'll save another story because I coached against him in the USFL too.
Because I asked him what was the score of the game in Osaka, and he goes 38-7. As Gilbert comes out and slings that complete, and they open the drive with a catch to Charles Johnson. Now, I didn't know the score. I Googled it, and he was right.
Well, how couldn't he be right? He had the ball sitting in his office for several years.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Steve Spurrier's team now inside of 3 minutes remaining in the third. Gilbert to Johnson here to open up that drive. Charles Johnson's an interesting guy as well. Came in leading the league in receiving. And he's a guy that has scored in the NFL. He has made big plays in the NFL. But he's also a guy who is approaching 30. A fascinating case here as he continues to rack up the yardage. Does he get a second shot? As Orlando gets nothing on the ground. It's one of my favorite parts about this league, trying to project how these guys can develop, because he has played and made plays in the NFL.
81% of these players have played in some capacity in the National Football League, whether it's on practice squad, whether they started some games. Some guys played 5 and 6 years in the National Football League. And then for whatever the reason, an injury or trying to keep a rookie for a lesser contract, they're out of the league. But this is a chance for them to show what they've got. And boy, a lot of this league will be, all the players you see in this league are auditioning to get back into the National Football League, and many of them will.
We know Charles Johnson certainly can still play. As you said, it's a question, do you bring in a veteran? You have to pay a little bit more. Maybe can he play special teams, or do you take a younger player? Anthony Johnson is down. We have an injury timeout. The defensive end from Memphis, as they tend to him. Let's listen to Steve Spurrier.
Can't run that! Garrett! You can't run that against the Bear! Let's go. God dang it.
The Bear is the Chicago Bear defense, okay? And it's a loaded box. And it's hard to run the football against it. You almost have to check and throw the darn thing.
See Spurrier limping around, had back surgery a couple of months ago. There's Anthony Johnson down to the field. Came into the game, couple of sacks out of LSU. You might recognize him from the NFL. 22 games for the Dolphins, for the Jets, Patriots, for the Colts. Came out after his junior year, went undrafted, but stuck, and now is trying to get back.
Yeah, and he had a big sack last week against Arizona.
He was questionable to play tonight.
He had a hip injury. I don't know if he re-injured something today. Well, looks like he's got a cramp in his calf.
It is humid out here. Temps in the 80s at game time, which is certainly a change from what Mike Singletary's team had last week. They played at home last week in 39-degree weather. And actually, the flu has really taken its toll this week through this Memphis roster. Ripped through the quarterback room. Zach Mettenberger missed a day of practice. Hackenberg was sniffly as well. They've been fighting the flu here, trying to stay healthy, trying to hydrate. And really, you mentioned the cramps, so you hope it's only a cramp for Anthony Johnson. It is hot. It is humid. We are schwitzing up here under the lights in the booth.
Yeah, we're sweating up here, too. He's walking off. That's good. And hopefully he'll come back. We'll get some fluids, and maybe come back and finish this game.
You know, I looked at the weather forecast. It's cold in L.A.
It is?
Snow a lot in the Northeast. It's cold for you in San Diego. I'm like, 80 degrees. This is awesome. Then you get off the plane, you're like, right, Florida 80 degrees.
Yeah, where I'm from in Michigan, you're getting 18 inches of snow.
It's like a blanket, this humidity. It hugs you and doesn't let you go. It's not a loving hug either. Gilbert on second down. Overthrows his tight end, Warndorf, who had a big play in the first quarter.
A lot of time to throw there. Great protection to allow him to work through his progression. And really, it's just an inaccurate throw. He had a guy with a step on the defender. Play catch.
Gilbert has missed a lot of guys since that first quarter.
They got ahead 9-0, and then all of a sudden, this defense is tightening up a little bit with tighter coverage, stopping the run a little bit better. But you're right, he hasn't played quite as well since that first quarter.
Inside of 2 to go in the third quarter. Certainly had the nice touchdown throw to Hall on that last drive. 3rd and 11 here. Put some air underneath it. Nice ball to the sideline. Jalen Marshall. Incomplete.
Yeah, I thought he bobbled it. This was a good throw. You got to catch this one. It would have been a tough catch, but he had a chance. It still would have been short.
No, couldn't get it. Sorry.
Nope.
Had the bump on Charles James.
Would have been a great catch.
Would have been a great catch. Gilbert put it on him rather. It was a catchable ball. Little to the outside. And Turk is on the punt.
Going to try to get this punt inside the 10-yard line. Pick it up nice and high. Force the fair catch.
Horn is going to catch it on the fly, angling towards the sideline. And Horn's got nowhere to go as Dante Dye with great coverage downfield. And now a late flag.
Right, we might be getting chippy out there.
It's a line drive kick.
Yeah, that's not the kind of kick you wanted unless he was trying to go for the coffin corner on the left side. But typically you sky punt this thing, kick it high, force the fair catch.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, kicking team, number 54, 15-yard penalty, first down.
All right, so that's going to give him an extra 15. Personal foul there, and what would have been the 11-yard line for Memphis is now going to come out to the 26-yard line. Akeem Victor, the linebacker, called for that.
Now, Zach Mettenberger, he's got to just put a little drive together, and they got to stay away from some penalties. They've hurt themselves in the last 2 drives. They opened the half with a nice touchdown drive, but let's play some clean ball. Don't get too fancy with your cadence.
Mettenberger 4 for 5 after watching the first half from the sideline. They're now out here playing the third quarter.
Ready?
Stacy behind him. First down. Play fake. A deep drop. Take a shot, Zach Mettenberger. Forward. Flag. First down.
I love the play call. Play action, take a shot. If you don't catch it, maybe it's PI. That's what they're going to get right here.
Dantes Bird. Stretch the field.
Pass interference. Defense, number 23. Ball be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
Mark Myers Jr. Spurrier was caught on Mike last week yelling, "Come on, Myers!"
Did you say it like that, Myers?
He did. Question is, if he doesn't get him, is he going to catch it?
That's right. He might have done that intentionally just to save the touchdown.
It's a 48-yard penalty, bringing it out to the 25. So Memphis is on the move. Stacy, though, not moving anywhere, but backwards.
Yeah, he cut that thing back, and I thought he should have stayed front side with this and slam it up in there for a couple yards.
Nice play, Giorgio Newberry. Down to Jason with an injury update.
Yeah, this Orlando defense is definitely a little banged up. We got Keith Reeser, one of the leaders, out for the game with a head injury. Reggie Northup, number 52, he's out for the game with a rib injury. And number 98, Anthony Moden Jr., out for the game with a quad injury.
Oh, wow. Huge there. 1 DB, 1 linebacker, 1 defensive lineman here. Under a minute to go.
Timeout.
Third quarter, and a timeout by Memphis.
Timeout.
That's what happens with backup quarterbacks or backup players. They're a little bit unsure of the play, or they're running out of time before the snap. They had to burn a timeout there.
Say this about Mettenberger, though. After seeing the frustration the last couple of weeks from Hackenberg, Mettenberger has come in here and taken command, has he not?
He has. And he's got more experience than anybody on the team. He's got 10 starts as a pro in the National Football League. He didn't win, but at times he played well. It's a big, strong guy that's confident, and he's going to get his chance. What does he do the first drive? He goes right down the field and scores a touchdown. That's a statement by him.
Hackenberg won the job. Mettenberger behind him. Mettenberger actually opened the season as the number 3 quarterback. Brandon Silvers from Troy is inactive tonight. He's a little bit banged up. Mettenberger now on the rollout, throws complete, and that's going to be a first down. Horn.
I love the play calls. Play action to the left. Come on out there, and Zach can throw the ball from the run. And you got progression 1, 2, 3. Play catch over there, and now it's first down again. I love it.
It's a gain of 11. And that's a similar play that Hackenberg got picked on as he went too far to the side.
It's so exciting and makes this show so fun.
Wherever the story goes, we will take you. You playing football this year? Let me get back to you. What about you?
Should have drove over anything else?
Sure, try me.
You ain't never heard a voice like this.
I dig it.
Cool. Let me get the mic.
The mic?
That's what I'm trying to say, Rick. Whoa!
Sticks. I knew you'd bring it. They're bringing it. How about you? What do you bring?
Opening the fourth quarter here, Memphis in the red zone, 15-6. Garrett Gilbert can only watch and talk to Jason Fisher.
All right, Garrett, Memphis' offense starting to click. Does that put a lot more pressure on you to respond?
Yeah, we're going to have to go get another one. We got to finish the game anyway. We got to do a better job executing and getting ourselves out of, keeping ourselves out of third and longs.
What will be the difference between this point and the fourth quarter?
Can we maintain some drives?
All right, well, good luck out there. All right.
We had Orlando down 12 last week, rallied second half, won the game. On the flip side, Memphis blew a 12-point lead in the fourth quarter, or would have come in here even at 1-1. And now Gilbert and Steve Spurrier talk things over as that Orlando defense tries to get off the field. Opening play, fourth quarter.
Go load it. Monday. Side!
3 to the left, Stacy in the backfield. And it's Stacy. Flares. Cuts. Stacy. Nice tackle. Brought down right at the line of scrimmage by Terrence Parks.
And that's a touchdown-saving tackle right there in the open field. Heck of a job. They don't want to settle for a field goal here. It's 3rd down and 5. They want a touchdown.
Gain it 2, I said line of scrimmage. Stacy did a good job getting by him at first, but then couldn't maintain his balance as Parks tripped him up, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Memphis 5-10, 3rd down conversions. You heard Gilbert say, got to avoid 3rd long. Orlando's 0 for 8. Mettenberger tipped at the line and incomplete. 4th down. Mooch, go for it?
No, kick the field, get some points. It'll be a 1-possession game. That's a good play by the defense, batting that thing down. It had a chance for a completion in the flat. All right, settle for the field goal. Make it a 6-point game.
And let's do this. And bring in John Jasper, who, as mentioned, missed earlier from 41. Came into the game 2 for 2. And it from 35 and 38. Nearly 84% while at LSU. The best in school history when he left. From the near side hash, this is 27 yards. And this is good. It's 15-9. Got a 1-score game. Maybe not as high scoring as we thought, but Mike Singletary's defense has done its job, and now the offense is getting rolling. 15-9. 14:08 remaining here in the fourth. In Orlando. Back after this from Carvana.
In an era of online retail where everything is just a few clicks away, buying a car should be no different. That's why at Carvana, you can buy a car 100% online. We made it easy to browse, view, and buy from over 10,000 cars. You can even trade in your old car, all while binge-watching your favorite TV show. Afterwards, we'll deliver your car to you. Or you can pick it up from one of our car vending machines. Either way, your car comes with a 7-day return policy. So grab a seat, relax in your comfy pants, and enjoy the new way to buy a car at Carvana.
So you just heard Garrett Gilbert tell Jason Fish on the sideline you got to stay out of 3rd and long. 0 for 8 for Orlando on 3rd down tonight. And now nursing a 6-point lead. Taken over. No kickoff here in the Alliance. Going to start at the 25-yard line. Gilbert knocked up in the air, tipped her out. Oh, and caught somehow. Oh my! Matt Weiser came down with it. The old off the backboard, off the wall, off the rim, and caught for 8.
Well, the initial throw wasn't very good. It was behind the wide receiver. And now we get into a tip drill. Comes down in the offense's hands.
Just how they drew it up.
Yep, exactly. Make it 2nd and short. Go get a 1st down.
Well, we have an injury on the field here, a defensive injury, and we'll take a look at that in a second. Matt Weiser, though, from Buffalo, the tight end, his first catch of the season. He caught a 2-point conversion last week. Charles James, who made a play in the first quarter. The defensive back is down 34 games in the National Football League out of Jacksonville. Played for the Giants, the Colts, and a lot of you remember, as we mentioned earlier, one of the smiling faces, one of the stars of Hard Knocks a couple of years ago for the Texans. As Gilbert comes to the sideline, Memphis is very much in this game, Luch, and very much in this game because Zach Mettenberger has led him to a couple of scores here in the second half. You have to wonder what's going through Christian Hackenberg's mind here, former 2nd-round pick, 51st overall, and here he's getting benched in week 3.
He's getting benched, and he's watching the backup, actually the 3rd guy, move the club. 2 scoring drives. But, you know, there's more experience. There's more experience with Zach Mettenberger. Played a lot of games, well, 10 game starts in the National Football League. Didn't win, but played well at times. Got more experience than Christian.
Hackenberg will undoubtedly get another shot. Have to wonder, though, when that shot will be. 8 yards on the pinball wizard catch by Weiser brings up 2nd and 2, and out of done. Ernest Johnson, who started this game at tailback, is going to get maybe a yard to set up 3rd and short. Let's see if Orlando can actually convert a 3rd down.
Yeah, and it's going to be 3rd and real short now. I want to see him just slam the ball up in there in the run game. You got to be able to do this sometimes. They love to throw the football. The old ball coach likes to throw the football. He might just go play action bombs away on something like this.
You dare do that here?
I wouldn't. I'd just slam it right in there and move the sticks.
0 for 8 on 3rd down, 1 for 2 on 4th. Including Devion Smith getting
down.
Going backwards on a 4th.
Green 10, green 10. Set up.
Gilbert's going to keep it. He didn't pitch it to Johnson. And Gilbert slides across the 45 for the first.
I love it. It's a little speed option. The quarterback's going to attack the end man on the line of scrimmage. He'll pitch it if he has to, but no. Gilbert says, I got the 1st down. Move the sticks. I love it.
Love it. Anthony Johnson had to wait. Gilbert eventually tucked it.
Nice
Johnson is
call.
Flat-footed, and Gilbert turned upfield. And that is a 1st down and a gain of 10.
Easy, easy. Hey, Buffalo Roger, Buffalo Roger. Green 10, green 10. Set up.
Mooch had a buffalo chicken for lunch. Johnson, nowhere. Hit hard
nowhere. It's a good defensive snap. Make him throw the football.
Gilmore there, Wormsley there as well. The Memphis D-line, for the most part, has done its job tonight.
They really have. They settled down. First 2 drives of the game, Orlando scored, but they've been pretty solid since then.
As we look at Skycam here, by the way, brief aside, I love the numbers on the back of the Orlando helmets. You like that? I like it. Oh, like a license plate.
Down. Green 10, green 10. Set up.
2nd and 9. Gilbert looks right, looks left. Try to direct traffic on the run. Pump fake. He's going to run again. Why not? Oh, he got drilled. He got a first down. And Garrett Gilbert pops right back up. Drew Jackson, part of that sandwich.
You know what? Here's two things, though, for Gilbert. You know, that's a nice first down. It's a nice run. That's a smart thing to do. But, man, you got to protect yourself. You're the quarterback. You can't take this hit. Oof. Get down a little bit sooner.
Man, Jackson and Latarius Bradley make it a quarterback sandwich. But Gilbert, who now has 29 yards on the ground, gets a new first down. They're eating clock here as well early fourth quarter.
Green 10. Set up.
Never thought Steve Spurrier would run the ball this much. But when Dearness Johnson is ripping off runs like this, why not?
Yeah, this is the reason why they started him in this game. He's a very versatile guy. He's a return man. He's a good inside runner, outside runner. He can catch the football. That's a heck of a play call right there for another first down.
Lowering his shoulder through scribbling at the end for 15 to the 27.
Make two steamers deep.
Take aim. First down and 10.
And Orlando now is a team over 100 yards rushing. Memphis hit the 100-yard mark on the last drive. Inside of 10 minutes to go now.
Set it up.
Play fake to Johnson this time. Gilbert backpedals and throws incomplete wide at the 7-yard line. Nobody home. Winston Sr., among others, bearing down.
This is an important drive. You know, you got to score, make it a 2-possession game. And even a field goal will help them here. Second down, though. I love those down markers that are all lit up over there. Everybody can see them.
I don't know if anybody can see that at home, but the yard markers listen, the Alliance is all about innovation here. Whether it's Skycam, whether it's the extra official, whether it's no kickoffs. I also like the yard markers that are lit up. We have electronic yardsticks.
Laser down. I love them.
All I wanted was a yard marker with a laser.
Green 10. Green 10. Set up.
Gilbert to the outside. Johnson out of the backfield collects and is wrestled down on the far sideline 20 to bring up 3rd and 2. It's Benetton Fonua.
Yeah, I like the throw. It's a good decision to throw the ball out in the flat. He didn't have anything down the field for the first down, so you check it down in the flat, see if you can make the first down. Certainly 3rd and short right here.
Memphis pass yards this half, 59. Orlando 77. 3rd and 4.
Atlanta Louis. Atlanta Louis. Atlanta Louis. Green 10. Green
Orlando
10.
converted its first 3rd down of the game earlier on this drive, and they did it with Gilbert running, and they're going to do it with the quarterback on the ground again, and he's into the end zone.
I love the play call. Wow.
A 21-yard touchdown for Garrett Gilbert on the ground.
And the old ball coach says, we're going to run the option. Read the end man on the line of scrimmage. Everybody in the stadium thought he gave it to the back. And look at this run right here by the quarterback, Gilbert. He broke a tackle in the end zone, takes the big lead, 21-9. I love it. That's a heck of a drive.
I mean, he had the juke move there, right? He gets by Fanua, and then he breaks a tackle.
Looked like an option quarterback. Look at him.
Love it. It's a 9-play, 75-yard drive.
Orlando.
Before the 2-point conversion, the mandatory 2-point conversion. They're going to talk it over. All month long, the Alliance is spearheading touchdown for Team Rubicon. Every touchdown scored in every game in February. The Alliance is going to donate $1,000 to Team Rubicon, a veteran-led nonprofit that helps communities recover after natural disasters. Find out more, please. Join the effort at aaf.com/donate. 21-9 now. Orlando extends its lead. And now the mandatory 2-point try.
And that was big, making this a 2-possession game with a new quarterback playing for Memphis.
And a new quarterback here as well, Kevin Anderson, who we saw earlier, Mooch, for one play.
Yeah, expect a gadget or something.
What do you think?
He's not going to just hand it off up the middle. Something's going to go on right here. A little trickery.
You want my guess?
Yeah.
Jump pass.
Yeah?
Jump pass. Here we go. No, he's going to run.
Quarterback draw.
Not going to get there.
He didn't follow his lead blocker. He just says, I'm going to run this guy over.
And Tarpley came up to hit him. And that conversion fails. I wanted a jump pass. Orlando on top. 21-9, extending to a 12-point lead. Now this from Wheels Up. So Garrett Gilbert with a 21-yard touchdown run to get Orlando to 21. Had a pretty exciting second half here after a 9-0 first half. And now it's back to Zach Mettenberger for Memphis. Still plenty of time. 9 minutes and 2 timeouts. Play fake. Let it go. Howard fell down. And it falls incomplete near the 30.
And he had double go either side. Could have thrown the ball to either guy. I thought the guy on top had a step on the defender, but you got to take your side and just sail it. You know, you back them up a little bit, and then they know you mean business.
White had the coverage there. Mettenberger fell backwards, got a little bit of a push as he got it away. Still got it out there.
Let's go. Zorro, 38. Monday. Over. Set.
We got a lot of Mondays, Mooch.
Yeah, that's on one.
Yeah. Is that what that means?
Ready on.
Well, on one, they take turn and give to Sherman Beatty out of Tulane with a flag.
And it looks like they're running the zone play. Check with me, and he ended up going to the right side here.
I think there's a flag also down to the far sideline. We have 2 on this play. Jeff Heiser, an ACC official, part of the NFL developmental program for officials, as many, if not most, of these lead officials are throughout the alliance.
60-some% of these officials are being evaluated by the NFL, being trained by the NFL.
2 fouls on the offense. Illegal motion, offense number 15. That penalty's declined. Holding, offense number 80. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
All right, so back them up. They're going to get Barnes for holding the tight end, Brandon Barnes.
They're going to be disappointed after this game with all the penalties that have just really hurt some drives big time. They got to clean that up.
9 penalties now, Mooch, for 80 yards.
You're on a swing.
I would say Mike Singletary's upset about that, but that's his permanent look.
Red 80.
The Hall of Famer, Pro Football Hall of Fame, and College Hall of Fame. I think the left end left early. There's no flag, and they're going to get it to Beatty, who gets back all 16 right at the marker, and now a flag coming late as there's some pushing and shoving and John on the sideline.
Yeah, that's a nice swing play out there and shows good speed. Getting down the sideline to make the first down, but it looks like there's going to be, you tack on more yards. They were chawing on each other on the sideline. The ball out, it's hot. Comes the rusher, nice block, and away we go. First down.
By the right tackle there, Dallas Thomas. I thought the left end left early because Thomas didn't attempt, right? Spurrier, get out of the way.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness against number 27 of the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
All right, the penalties on White. Spurrier is only a couple of months removed from back surgery and a big surgery as well.
Yeah, he had several discs repaired, and he's been limping around, and I'm impressed that he's even here coaching every day.
73 years
old.
old.
Ball coach. He's doing a great job.
A lot of people watching him from week 1 of the Alliance a couple of weeks ago saying, what's wrong with Coach? He's fine. He's just out there trying to rehab from back surgery that he hasn't played golf in a couple of months.
He will when this is over.
Of course he will. Demetrius Rainey, as we look at Skycam there, the former Ram draft pick over the ball. He's the center wearing 65. Now a timeout.
Second charge timeout. Memphis.
Only one timeout remaining now for the Express, down 2 scores. You hate to burn that timeout.
Yeah, that could have been very valuable later on in this game because it's a 2-possession game with just 7 minutes left. But they wanted to get in a good situation. He didn't want a penalty for delay of game. And I'm impressed with Zach Mettenberger. He's handling this offense pretty darn well. He hasn't been the backup. He was the 3rd quarterback, and you don't get many snaps as a 3rd quarterback, but he looks the part right now.
You know, this would have been the week because Brandon Silvers, who was the 2 out of Troy, who we saw last year at the Senior Bowl, Brandon Silvers was banged up this week, but Mettenberger missed a day of practice with the flu. So keep that in mind as well as you watch him.
Let's go, Monday.
Played pretty well in the second half.
Over. 51. Set. Ready, 80. Ready out.
Beatty is really good here in the second half. Beatty has room over the left side. He's got a first down at close to 15. He, too, has barely practiced. He got here this week.
I love this drive. Very methodical. They're helping him out. Stay on the ground. Keep it simple. They're trying to stretch play right over here. Nice block on the edge, and the block by the wide receiver. Big first down.
Gerard Shepard from Towson. Most recently, the CFL for Winnipeg with that block, 82.
You good?
Beatty, 59 yards in the second half.
Red 80. Ready up.
Terrence McGee now in the game. Play fake to him. Mettenberger brought down. Nowhere to go. Earl Okine didn't buy the play fake.
What a great play by Earl, because if he gets outside of him and breaks contain, he could either run or throw the ball down the field. This is a great defensive play.
A loss of 12. Okine, who had a sack week 1, has played everywhere. Played for the Colts in 2015, played in the CFL, the AFL, and moved something called the Fall Experimental League. On 2nd and 22, a delay to McGee.
Yeah. All right. So they didn't get much back here. It's going to be 3rd and real long, not even in field goal range just yet. But it's a 2-possession game. They need touchdowns.
Former Giant, former Raven Will Hill, the safety there. Orlando coaches have raved about him. Suspended out of the NFL, but here trying to work his way back.
I anticipate them being in 4-down territory right now.
As we are now under 6 to go. 3rd and 19. They're going to need the 22, or at least, as you said, Mooch gets some of it back.
Monday. Set. Red 80. Ready out.
80 in the backfield. Zach Mettenberger. Pump fake. He's going to let it go. He's got a man. He's got a touchdown. That's Shepard running free.
That's got to be a busted coverage in the secondary. That guy was wide open on 3rd and long in the big red zone. Wow.
How about Mettenberger? And he had time. Now, granted, he got away from one man. Isaiah Burks almost had him. But Shepard lost Riggs. Riggs bit.
Cody Riggs bit on the crossing route, which he thought was going to get the ball thrown to him, and the clear man down the sideline was wide open for the touchdown.
It's a 40-yard touchdown, capping off a 7-play, 75-yard drive. Takes 3:26 off the clock. 5.5 to go now. A 2-point conversion would make this a 4-point game.
Ready. Ready out.
Play fake to McGee. Roll out to the right. Lofting. And that's your 2-point conversion. Anthony Manzo Lewis, the 257-pound fullback, makes it 21-17.
I love the play call. Called that fake 95 quarterback keep pass right for the
fake 95 quarterback
keep pass right.
All right. I'm going to write that down.
Write it down.
As you listen to this from AT&T and Navy Federal Credit Union.
First tattoo?
Yeah.
Relax, amigo. It's going to look okay.
Only okay?
No worries, boss. I'm one of the tattoo artists in the city.
You mean one of the best tattoo artists in the city, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Aren't you supposed to draw it first?
Stay in your lane, bro.
Just okay is not okay, especially when it comes to your network. AT&T is America's best wireless network according to America's biggest test. Now with 5G evolution, the first step to 5G. More for your thing. That's our thing.
I've been a soldier for 3 years. I've scaled the toughest terrain and faced plenty of my fears as part of my training. And for the past 2 years, I've been a Navy Federal member. So even out here, I can pay securely with mobile pay, linked to my free checking account.
I don't know about this.
What did she say?
She said I don't know about
No,
that.
I couldn't hear my helmet.
No, your ears are completely exposed.
Yeah,
Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
There were many people that thought this game would be a blowout. Memphis 0-2, Orlando 2-0. But as Christian Hackenberg takes the seat of the half, Zach Mettenberger, Mariucci has thrown 2 touchdowns.
Boy, did he come out playing. He looks comfortable, and the third quarterback doesn't get a lot of snaps, but he looks like he's been practicing all year.
And he has made this a 21-17 game now, as it is on Orlando and Garrett Gilbert and Dearness Johnson to run the clock.
This is such a big drive, and the play caller, the old ball coach, has got to make first downs, run the clock, chew it up, and don't let that other team back on the football field.
A timeout for each, plus the 2-minute warning coming. Let's explain some of the unique timing rules in the Alliance. Under 5 to go. If you run out of bounds with a football, the clock will not stop. So incompletions, penalties, things like that. But run out of bounds, not going to stop the clock. Shotgun on 2nd and 7. Gilbert knocked away.
That will stop the clock.
It will. Nice play by the corner, Justin Martin. And so the clock stops at 4:47, and it brings up a 3rd and 7. And Orlando's had trouble on 3rd down all night, 2 for 10.
And I think Garrett Gilbert wanted that ball out in front just a little bit better. He had time. Here comes the receiver on a little jerk route. Come on, get it out in front. Nice defensive play.
That's one thing we've noticed from Gilbert. Ball behind guys on the move, crossing a little bit.
Just 2 for 10 on 3rd down.
Green 10, green 10.
They need the 35. Big 3rd down. Complete. Dearness Johnson turns it upfield and gets to the 40 to keep the drive alive.
That was huge. Good poise in the pocket, waiting for him to come open. Accurate throw. Let the back run with the ball and make the 1st down. Move the sticks.
Johnson didn't ship, leaked out, turned it out, and then turned upfield as Gilbert goes over 200 yards passing.
Regular, like regular 13. Down. Green 10, green 10.
They're going out in the I formation now. The tight end is the up back. Here's Johnson over the left side, big hole. Johnson closed the game last week. He was huge on that final drive, and he's going to try to do the same thing tonight. He gets 8 gates with the tackle.
Yeah, last game, 5 carries and 44 yards to close it out. He wants to do the same thing here again. I expect him to get the football on 2nd and short.
Price was the tight end, the fullback, the H-back, if you will. He went to the B gap. He didn't follow his tight end. He took it to the outside.
Run to daylight.
And he got 9. So the clock now 3:30.
And Gilbert is milking that clock all the way down.
All right, 2nd and 1 now.
Gilbert wants some
1
quiet
yard
from the crowd.
Green 10, green 10.
Davion Smith checks in. Give to Smith over the right side. 1st down. Smith across midfield, across the 45-yard line. And that will run the clock as well.
That 1st down was huge. And I like the play call. I like the run. He carried the football, covering it up with both hands.
At what point does Memphis start use its only timeout left?
Yeah, they might use it right after this play.
Rush yards almost the same. Orlando on this drive has inched ahead if you are scoring at home. And if you're happy Saturday night to you.
Down! Green 10, green
Memphis needs a stop here. 1 timeout remaining. Johnson busts out over the right side. 1st down the sideline. Run out of bounds by Tartley.
And that's how you close out a football game. You play some power football, even if you're the old ball coach and you want to throw it around the lot. No, smash mouth. 1st downs, chewing up this clock. What a drive.
A gain of 26. Last week, Johnson churned out 89 yards. Beg your pardon, 92 tonight. He is up to 79. And we have an injury on the field. Julius Wormsley, the defensive tackle, was down for a little bit, up and getting off the field under his own power. And so now Memphis only got one timeout. The clock stopped there on the injury, not because Johnson ran out of bounds.
And Dearness Johnson, boy, he's earned the starting job here. It was his first start tonight, and boy, is he delivering.
The big concern with Johnson, despite all his great numbers at USF at South Florida, just the speed. Didn't have it, never stunk in the NFL, but he is showing here that he can get around the edge. He can make big plays. He can break tackles.
Hang in there, fellas, hang in there.
Coming up on the 2-minute warning
Good.
here.
We're good, we're good, we're good.
And there it is.
This is the 2-minute warning.
I didn't want them to burn their timeouts. So I just wanted to line up and make them think we were running a play.
For the first time in the history of pro sports, here's the app as fast as every player in the game. The Alliance app delivers revolutionary technology, real-time play-by-play gaming, instant interactivity. Truly a game changer. Get the Alliance app today. Live predictive gaming at full speed. Call the plays. Unprecedented and at your fingertips. Available on the App Store and Google Play.
All right, as we see Garrett Gilbert over there on the sideline with Steve Spurrier, we see Mike Singletary talking to his staff as well. It's tough here. Memphis looks like, much like last week, the defense can't get off the field, just runs out of gas. And they're going to fall to 0-3, it seems. Next week, home for San Diego, then the 2-game road trip, Atlanta and Salt Lake. Mike Singletary's team plays defense, runs the football, may have found a quarterback in Zach Mettenberger as Hackenberg looks on from the sideline.
And I expect a run here. Run, to chew this clock up. But you never know what the old ball coach is going to do.
Down! Green 10, green 10!
Sean Price, the tight end in motion, puts his hand down to the right side. Davion Smith over the left side, the 10, the 5. Davion Smith bulldozes his way to the 2. And the clock winds under 2 minutes. Right now, they're not burning the timeouts.
This offensive line has worn down this defense. They're making their yards on the ground, which they haven't really done. This is a heck of a drive.
Gain of 15 for the Michigan Wolverine.
Third and final timeout. Memphis, 30-second timeout.
Have to ask with 1:22, what took Mike Singletary so long to burn that final timeout? As we contemplate that, timeout for a look at our MGM Resorts play of the game.
Reset the game clock.
And it's this, the Garrett Gilbert keeper for a 21-yard back-breaking touchdown.
Showed some speed there, didn't he?
Yeah, elusiveness.
Do some research. Has he ever had a touchdown run that far before? What a great play call that was.
Staff on that. Yep. Anything else we can get?
Look it up. This is big right now. You think they just go ahead and score? Yeah, I do.
What do you think?
They don't have to.
They don't. You heard Garrett Gilbert say that's the game.
They can take a knee right now. Game is over on first down.
Third time in the red zone. Had a touchdown, had a field goal. The head ball coach is taking off.
I think that's what they're going to do.
And they will take a knee.
Green 10, green 10.
Just get the snap from center. No penalties. We're back in the huddle.
Mooch, has been fun tonight. Been fun watching Steve Spurrier play a different kind of game. Some John down there, Trey Jackson among others. We came into tonight thinking Orlando might be the best team in the league. What do you think?
Well, you know what? Memphis is still fighting. You know, they haven't won a game yet, but they're still fighting. They made a change in quarterback. That's going to be interesting.
A positive change.
A positive change. I think they got to be encouraged with this quarterback, Mettenberger.
Zach Mettenberger, the former Titan who never won a game as a Tennessee quarterback in the NFL. 0-10, but he certainly made this game interesting in the second half. There he is.
Yeah,
Let's get a
all
little
right.
chippy out
all right,
there.
The quarterback's got to get these guys back. Get in the huddle. Get in the huddle. You don't want a penalty right now. You want to just get out of here with a win.
Clock winding under 30. It's going to be a win for Gilbert. Brings his team back, huddling up. Orlando now at 3-0. Came in with 77 points scored in 2 games, averaging 38.5. Showing, however, here tonight that they can win a close one. Granted, they'd rallied from down 12 in the second half last week. And going to 3-0 with their second home win of the year. He's still got it.
He's still got it. The old ball coach at 73 years old. What a character he is, and one heck of a coach. He's got these guys playing very well. 3-0 and in first place. And Mike Singletary, what I'm seeing here now, they're 0-3, but they're getting better each week. And now they changed the quarterback, and I got a feeling they're going to start sticking with Zach Mettenberger. He showed some good things tonight.
Hey, you have fun tonight?
It was awesome, man.
I had fun as well. A blast with you and a blast with Jason Fisher as well. Down on the sideline, a blast seeing Orlando take aim at 3-0. The Apollos remain undefeated. Memphis making strides, but still looking for that first win for Steve Mariucci and Jason Fisher. I'm Andrew Siciliano. Thanks for a great crew all week long and here on Game Night in Orlando. You have been watching the Alliance of American Football on NFL Network.
You want the